Is there an R roll 20?
Yeah, normal roll 20. Yep, thank you.
Oh, are we allowed to use physical dice?
Yeah. Yep. Got a call out.
Ooh.
I'd like to allow you guys to do that for one shots if you like.
Oh. I agree with my dice.
All right.
Gotta use my this $90 fucking dice tray sometime.
So again, horror themes. I might be the most horror-y I've ever done, which is weird.
Yeah.
When Greyhallow, usually I'm somewhere not as dark as this, but that's just kind of where the design took it. I don't think anything's going to be too bad and lines being crossed. But if anything's too graphic, feel free to holler out at me per usual to like roll it back. I don't think it's going to be too bad beyond normal D&D stuff, but it's just being tagged along with the normal just D&D stuff or the horror. So feel free to shout out. If anything's too much, please yell at me. Yeah, we're going to spend the first good portion with RP and kind of exploring your characters and their connection to Greyhallow and the festival and such. And we'll get to that moment when it comes in. I'll definitely putting you guys on your toes right off the back for some improv decisions about your characters and backstories and stuff. Any above table questions before I get into the intro?
Nope.
Right on.
No.
I'm going to post this. Some people like visual. Oh, too long. Greyhallow is a town of mysteries, danger, and magic. Children's rhymes have a habit of escaping books. Magical entities steal the dreams and memories of Fae and mortal alike. It is a place where nature is revered, both in joy and fear. Where fairy and all its twisted mystery stands alongside. Along with the strange, the odd, the usual, the peculiar, and the dangerous. This particular story is a dark story and tells of the dangerous and of old secrets that are best left forgotten. 1 year has passed since the last midsummer. The Oak King is in full strength and the winter was mild, but for the people of Greyhallow, anxious anticipation is leading up to tonight's Midsummer, as the last celebration was marked with strange portents. The Glacklane's oldest son, Johnny, returned home the day before the last Midsummer, assumed lost or dead in the Alderhold, what they named the Old Forest, for 3 months. The next night, in the middle of the celebrations atop the hill, when the bonfire of the Wicker Man was at its brightest, the singing and dancing the loudest, Johnny sang, and it was both ethereal and alien. He stilled everyone's steps and voices and was remarked upon where he learned to sing, as he never had the knack before. The leaves in the trees and the limbs, it was sworn, moved with the shape of his song, though no evil befell the celebrations. The 3 women mocked him for evil fairy, or the dead, but he seems to be the same Johnny Glacklane, and if anything, this last year has been bountiful. The Oak King held his power stronger than usual. First autumn, midwinter, first spring, first summer, all passed without incident, though Johnny did sing at each occasion. Some of the townsfolk have begun to say Johnny Glacklane is indeed touched Fae, with his haunting voice and melodies having come to bless the town, though not everyone. The 3 women, young, mother, and wise, still whispered protection against the Fae. So that brings us to the now and to tonight. For it is a new midsummer, and residents of Greyhallow gather around the old waystone upon Maximilian's Hill, just outside of town. Some hope Johnny will sing. Others hope he'd remain silent. All have forgotten that Johnny Glacklane will tonight at midnight have been home for 1 year and a day.
So excited.
All right.
An amazing intro, Nate.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that one, writing that one.
Vibes
Oh, well
are
done.
immaculate.
So, I'm going to bring your attention to roll 20. The sun is setting. Tables have been carted to the top of Maximilian's Hill. The wicker inn is set to be burned. Dishes of food are making its way piece by piece up the hill. Widow Nancy's famous holly crowns, a favorite treat amongst the townsfolk, is even on its way up. Tables are being set. Wine casks are going up. First thing I would like you all to do is to choose one person that is important to your character in the town of Greyhallow. As a little visual aid, the people have gathered atop the hill. If you'd like some inspiration, there's some tokens for you to choose from for inspiration on who's important to you. Is it a family member, a brother, sister, loved one, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, adventuring friend, best friend? Who is your connection? Who is your bonded?
Well, take a look here. That
If you play
one
to
with
ping
like the
it.
dreads.
Go ahead and ping it for
The
me.
elf with the oh, I can ping it. Yeah, right.
Yep. Yes.
I think
Awesome.
that one. Oh my camera's off. That one, I believe, would be my partner, not my romantic partner, but my work partner.
Work partner. A brother in arms. I guess she has a feminine look to it. Were you thinking feminine or masculine?
Let's look. Oh, you. I was like, where the?
Oh yeah.
fuck
Oh,
are
sorry.
they?
I apologize. I made them a little bigger,
Um,
but could also identify as a they. To be fair.
I think they is fine. It's pretty ambiguous. It's
Do you
also
have a
elven, so it's already hard to tell.
Do you have a name
sure.
for? Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the, something A, like Alexandria.
Alexandria. Do you want to go Alex for short to kind of lean into the they?
Alex, Alexandria, you know.
Excellent. Obviously, you all will still be able to introduce your characters as best you see fit. I'm in the assumption that most of your characters are probably from Greyhallow, so this is a community, but that doesn't mean that you have to. People could be recent arrivals who are joining in on the celebrations, having traveled into the Greyhallow. But Compass's business partner, comrade in arms, Alex, has been chosen. Who's next?
I think I have mine.
This is fun.
This blue person.
Yes. And I bought this art pack on Roll20 a long time ago. I love this lady's art style.
Yeah.
I think it's a lady who did it.
Water genocide, maybe.
Sea elf, water
I-
genocide, winter elf. You can
something-
get
Something along those lines. But I picture her being his like Lath's from afar crush for some time.
ooh.
Like
As
they
yours-
were like childhood best friends. They grew apart when he went off to do his adventuring. But he's always admired
Through
her.
all my prep, I don't have my most important tool, which is my notepad and a pen. One moment, I don't have a pen. Be right back. I got one. And this crush from afar, it obviously does not to draw too much inspiration from other things, but I'm imagining Samwise Gamgee and Rosie in the beginning of the, from afar. So do you have a name for this person? And I try to assume identifying female, or?
Let's go with Mira. Mira.
Are you okay with the identification of a she for Mira?
Yes.
All right, so Lath's crush. Mira. All right, who's next?
I got this little fella right here. Blonde purple cap.
Yes.
I think his name would be Alessio.
Alessio. Do you want to spell that for me?
Alessio.
Alessio.
I immediately thought Pierre. I don't know why.
Right, that's super. Alessio is essentially the Italian Pierre.
Yeah.
I like to think that they were, have you ever had that relationship with that person who meet and you instantly hate each other, and then you finally just like fist fight it out, and suddenly you're best friends?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the relationship they would have had, right? Like really different people did not get along at first, and then it finally it came to a head, and like they just like gave each other a bloody nose, and they've been inseparable ever since.
Love it.
Very much kind of a foil my character's nature, right? They're yin and yang kind of partner in not like partners in crime, but like they complement each other really well.
Love it.
Maybe some little they like to make some mischief together.
Alessio, the kind of brother figure, I like imagine like brothers or
Very
family
brotherly,
sibling relationships can be very gray. Not gray's not the right word, but not just like we're just good friends. Sometimes you fight. Sometimes you.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Lauren.
So I'm gonna go with this guy up here,
Nice.
upper left.
For you.
I didn't see the ping. Will you ping one more time?
Oh.
Got it.
Up yonder.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see, far his name. Let's do Bedlam.
Bedlam.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the tiefling naming conventions. And what is the relationship to your character?
So, boyfriend, girlfriend, but like new-ish relationship where she was just basically like, you are pathetic and miserable. Like, you will be mine.
I don't know if you noticed this, but ironically, you picked one off of the stage. I don't know if you noticed, but that's a stage.
Oh.
So,
I didn't notice that.
not that the person was, or that token was be locked into that. So, they were going to be considered a musician. Are you okay with that being a part of that?
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I thought that was like, that's ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Alessio is definitely a musician-y.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that for yours also. Yep.
No, that works out well. That's also a tangential connection. Lauren's character, which is cool.
If it was both romantic, I'd be say you're just the groupies for the Greyhallow band. The Greyhallow Grave Diggers is the name. I literally just made that up. I'm just kidding.
Adorable.
Excellent. So you have your 4 close friends bonded from the town of Greyhallow. Everyone gathers, the sun is setting, the fiddlers begin to warm up, and they begin to play music as the sun sets and food and drinks are beginning to serve. And we'll start with your introductions of your characters right after. All right, Midsummer Festival is here. Midnight is coming on. So, anybody would like to step forth first and say what they're doing in the festival? Maybe you and your partner, or your friend, what's the right word I should use for this? You're strongly associated. I say partner.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah, let's say partner, because I can go a lot of different ways. Your partner, maybe you guys have an argument, maybe you're having a sweet moment, maybe they're on stage playing still, getting things going. Things are just starting off for the Midsummer Festival, so food is just being poured out. There is a special cask of wine, though, that has not been opened up yet. That will be opened up and officially beginning, but now that's just kind of like the cocktail hour of the festival. Actually, should we start, Lindsay, with your character, with the grand entry?
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
Sure. I have a good intro. Kind of behind the stage a little bit on the other side, opposite from where the bonfire will be happening, there's been a small character throughout the day who's been making sun tea as their midsummer celebration, using druid craft to sprout up little flowers and dry them out in the sun and steep them over the day using the sun's natural light, and serving sun tea to everyone all day. And so you'll see their name is Aneri, and they are a hedgehog, and they have strings of like a little flower crown, and they're wearing a cloak that's embroidered with really detailed embroidery of leaves and vines, flowers, no armor, but carrying a very sharp-looking battle axe on their hip. They've been just, braiding flower crowns and making tea all day. And they're just happy to be listening to the music, tapping their foot along, singing along occasionally. Seems just a happy-go-lucky sort.
And ready for the token reveal?
Go for it.
Wow. How tall are you?
like 3 feet.
Okay.
Hedgehog paladin for the win.
Amazing.
Wow, that's great.
Also, guys, get this ready. Hedgehogs can't wear armor.
Natural AC, probably. Love
Natural
it.
AC, yeah, 14 plus dex.
That's pretty good
a
too.
big shield on their back.
So as Alessio gets playing in with the band, you're over there kind of giving him support once things start kind of get into the swing of it. Excellent.
Mhm.
I almost called you Warden. Compass? Would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah. Compass, it's kind of hard to tell how old Compass is because he's kind of a pretty
Ooh.
unaging species.
The timeless.
Like, it doesn't really show age until they keel over from old age. He is sorry, my dog started freaking out. He is a frog individual, about 3.5 feet tall, completely unarmed, adorned in very nice clothing, just sort of sitting back with one, his foot propped up on his knee, inspecting the area. He's probably on a chair, elbow rested on the elbow rest, and his webbed hand is a cigar, and also held in the same is a flask, both proportioned to the size of a 3 foot tall frogman. And he's just sort of peering out over the area through this beautiful, well adorned, like ornate, like very ornate monocle. And I think as Alex goes by, he's gonna sort of like wave her over, wave them over.
What's up,
A
Compass?
little bit closer. How much silver would it take you to go get me a refill?
It would take a lot of silver. You know how much it pays for you to not be lazy.
That ain't a number.
5 silver.
Go get me a refill, and I'll give her 5 silver, and I'll sort of
5
take a draw
silver.
of the cigar.
And a please.
Don't push it.
Let me just ask, is the relationship more you hired her? Because I was thinking peer business partners.
It's antagonistic in a friendly way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ribbing.
So business
So that you are
partners, but
peers,
like-
though. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, we're peers. It's not a hire. We're peers.
No, please, then 6 silver. Price has just went up.
Yeah, you know how much money I make, and I'll hand over 6 silver.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
For such a gentleman, Compass, you don't have manners. And he turns and walks away. And goes and gets a tankard from the table. Love it.
I wanted to find whiskey to fill my flask with.
Ooh,
Can't go
whiskey.
with no tankard.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
I'm good at these.
I promise we're not going to completely derail, but that was a good moment for an investigation check for something.
15.
15. Okay. Good to know. All right. Misery or Lath? Friendly reminder, if you guys don't mind, can you change your names in Discord? Because it's going to break my brain. Thank you.
I can go next.
Sure.
I'm ahead of the fucking
So
curve.
Lath is an Eladrin, currently in his autumn form, which is the form he's usually in. So he has kind of like shaggy brown hair that's run through with some, leaves of all different colors. Has some, golden markings on his face. He's a Drake. Why I already forget the
Drake
subclass.
Drake Warden?
Drake
Oh, yeah, he's a
Warden,
Drake
thank
Warden.
you.
Yeah.
Ranger. So his
Yeah.
companion Fern, who's a coppery Drake, is chilling, munching on some meat that he's given to her. And Lath is currently alternating between rolling some joints and smoking one, and telling very cringy jokes to Mira to try to make her laugh.
To Mira. Love it.
To Mira. So, Mira, why was the werebat afraid to fly?
Why? Why were they afraid to fly?
Because every cloud has its silver lining.
I'd like to roll either persuasion or intimidation or any charisma skill.
I'm gonna go persuasion
Or performance. There's a lot of
disadvantage because maybe performance, but they're the same modifier. But performance at disadvantage because he's very nervous. Oh, that didn't go too
15. She kind of gives him a little smile and definitely gives a good little chuckle. Apparently she likes corny humor, and the joke did land. Love it.
So,
All right.
sorry, I just want to ask. So, when you say new relationship, is this like a first date?
Or
I think new relationship was.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I got him backwards. My
different
bad,
character,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah, this is just the crush.
Okay.
You know what? This might help for myself, actually. I'm going to do this.
I got them backwards. My bad.
I'm going to change mirror the crush.
Crush.
That would be helpful.
Alessio the friend.
That sounds like a barbarian nickname.
Yeah.
Crush.
Alessio the friend.
Well, I figured out my new fucking... my next
Bedlam
one.
the bow. Is it okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then where did I put Alex? Alex the partner. Excellent. Anything else, Laith, you would like to add for context for your character?
I don't think so.
All right. Last but not least, Misery.
All right, so Misery, appearance-wise, she's like pretty pale, almost like grayish skin color, hair dark, tinting on green. She looks like she's not having a great time, like very straight-faced, even gloomy looking. Like her hair is like flat, straight. And she doesn't have much armor on, doesn't really look like a fighter. She's got like one sword, maybe one dagger. She's standing there with her arms crossed, looking a little miserable, such is her name. Yeah, that's all I got for her. But her new boyfriend, she's kind of standing like in the crowd as they're playing. Everyone's kind of like cheering, and she's just standing there with her arms crossed. She sticks out that way of like looking just miserable and watching him.
So like there's like the song kind of lulls down, and Alessio stands up and he like comes up to the front. He's like, everyone, we are here tonight to celebrate Midsummer, but I would like to honor a good friend. I've not been here in Greyhallow for very long, and I find that you have been very welcoming, and I want to dedicate this next... And then like Bedlam stands up. He's like, excuse me, Alessio, I think I'm going to be dedicating the next song to someone special. And Alessio's just like, I spoke first, Bedlam. Maybe you can dedicate the next... No, this one's for a very special lady in my life. And Misery and Aneri? Is that we're Aneri? We both just roll persuasion checks for me on behalf of the two of them to see who like or intimidation for them to just
standing there with her arms crossed, and she's like looking back and forth, and she has like a slight grin to her. She's like, "How miserable."
It's like kind of little confrontation, a little spark happening here.
Giving up on D&D Beyond, I'm rolling physical dice the rest of the night, but
Totally
whatever
fine.
popped up for you first.
Sorry.
Go and roll dice. Go and roll dice. I'm fine with that.
It's a 11.
11.
Give me a sec.
And what is...
Just D20.
Or it's a persuasion, intimidation. You're kind of just rolling on behalf of their narrative moment. You don't have like stats for them.
Oh, you want the bard to roll charisma?
True.
Wait, why not one?
Hey, you know what? I'm
So
a
it's-
paladin.
You
I've got
wait, oh
DC.
wait, no, you didn't.
Huh?
You know what? Tonight is a full night for not getting into squabbles. Bedlam, I would be honored to hear whatever our next song that you're going to dedicate to. Who? And he just kind of like looks out. He's like, I'll dedicate this next song to Misery.
To misery.
Misery, seeing that the confliction is gone, her grin fades.
And then I don't have
Lori
one, but
lifts their mug up to misery.
it's a misery. I don't have like a slow emo fiddly song for it, but he starts playing and the band plays this kind of slow song that's just like there's some grating in it, but it's intentional artsy music.
Tonight will be the night that I fall for you.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Anyway, here's
Oh
Wonderwall.
no, he's playing Wonderwall.
Exactly the vibe.
Alex walks back up to you, Compass, and hands you a drink. I wasn't able to find whiskey, but I found something better. Have you had Gregovich's Gregofine? Gregravashine?
Gravashine.
What the fuck is that?
It's Gregovich's special moonshine. Give it a shot.
I smell it.
Roll an investigation check. Or nature check.
Definitely investigation. 26.
26. It seems to be an apple moonshine, like an apple cinnamon moonshine, and it smells very good. And you've heard of Gregovich's special moonshine. People like to party with it. Alex is like, I stole that from a chest in the back. Give it a shot. You paid good silver for it.
You know we're supposed to be lawful, right? We're kind of on a job.
Yeah, I've heard good things though. Party's gonna get
Honestly,
started.
I don't care. Sorry, I even brought it up, and I will drink it. I will drink it.
I left 3 silver where I found it. I should probably cover it.
I don't think that covers it, but I don't care either. I don't.
Do you drink?
I do drink it.
All right. Essentially, you just drank a potion of speed. As Gregovashine. I just wrote that down earlier. It's like Gregashine. What'd you say?
Gregovashine.
I can't do it. I'm gonna have to go.
Gregovashine.
Gregovashine. So Compass now has a burst of energy and speed. Do you want to describe how that plays out for him? And for narrative, it's more than just a minute, right? It's like a, all right, okay, yeah. Oh yeah,
Well,
it burns,
Compass
and it does taste good.
Compass is usually a pretty lazy individual, but he sort of he drinks it. And he sits there for a moment, and he like kind of strokes the beardless chin, and then he like sits up, and he does a little, So okay, how much gold would it take for you to find more of that?
There's only a couple, to be honest, and I think they're holding it for something special.
Let's just wait on that, but we gotta get more of that.
Mm-hmm. Is it good? Oh, I'm taking that as a yes. Good.
Horrible. You wouldn't want to try it.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. But we need more of it. All right. Next batch is mine. And she kind of wanders off, or they wander back off. All right. So we're kind of going to be into what I call mushy time, right? So there's like hours until midnight. So there's going to be different festivities going on. You can propose something that you want to get into during, bring up your own narrative RP if you want. But otherwise, I do have like little moments that will be happening. Anybody have anything they want to jump in with off the rip or anything?
I just want to
Leif is... Oh, go ahead, Lindsay.
Oh no, I was just gonna put forth if it's not happening at some point, if there's not a plan for bonfire-esque thing, or specifically like like any kind of like big flammable moment, I would like to inject a big flammable moment, unless it's If it's already in the cards, awesome. But otherwise, let me know.
Yeah, there was going to be a burning later on as one of the.
Cool.
Actually, I should say there was a moment to kick off officially. As the like music kind of quiets back down, the alderman goes up to a wine cask. There's this big wine cask, and it's a special wine, one that's kept just for Midsummer or other kind of festivals. And the opening of the cask is the official beginning of the Midsummer Festival tonight. And so there's been some casual playing, some dedications. But then he kind of the music quiets down. And he kind of gathers everyone near. And it's like, all right, everyone, you know me, not one for words. Let the festivities begin. And he just takes like a tankard and just like pink off the cork, and like wine starts pouring out, and people grab wine or tankers and glasses, whatever they have, and start going up to the celebratory wine for those who drink. Not everyone is drinkers. And then things do get back into the full flow of the music picks back up, and some people are dancing. Yeah, so Midsummer Festival is a time for there's a lot of different traditions and rituals. You see a few, like a young woman. Let's just pick a token here. This is kind of like curly haired gender. She like a little bit younger, maybe 18, 19, goes up, and she has 7 different kind of flowers, and they're all kind of wreathed together, or like they're on a line. She takes it and she kind of throws it up on the waystone, and then kind of backs up and smiles, and everyone kind of like goads and laughs at her a little bit and claps, and some people cheer. Placing 7 flowers on the waystone is for hoping for good luck in your romantic life for the coming year. I like to think maybe notably Bedlam did that last year, maybe on the sly, but maybe no one else noticed, but maybe Misery noticed, and that's kind of was a tip off to it. It's also a time of social healing. I don't know what the right word is for that. There is a word that's slipping my DM brain right now, where if you had like a squabble with somebody, bad blood, tonight's a night for working up the nerve to set that behind you, for the community to heal, to move forward, put the bad behind. So no pressure, but if anybody would like to think that they might have had that kind of moment over the year and they want to apologize to someone, put the water underneath the bridge it with them, making sure they're going forward. This is room for you to kind of, develop that and shape it for your character.
Make amends.
Yeah, make amends. It's not usually done publicly. Normally it's like at some point during the evening, kind of set aside and be like, so I know we've had our differences over the year or whatever it was, or the time your sheep ate my flowers and I poured manure all over your doorstep. I'm really, like whatever it is, or it could be more serious if you want. Were you going to say something at Aneri?
Yes, I was going to ask if the flower ritual, if it has to be 7 for like good luck, or if there also can you braid different numbers of flowers for different
reasons. I love that. Like, for me, fairy tale, numbers matter, right? So like 3, 7, 9, those kind of things. So like, yeah, if you want to take something and kind of run with it, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. So Aneri would, everything okay? Aneri would braid a 4-part braid of, as the number 4 symbolizes protection. The square is, stable and strong. And so they would braid a braid of chrysanthemums, snapdragons, witch hazel, and yarrow, all of which symbolize different snapdragons for courage, yarrow for healing, witch hazel for protection, etc., etc. And they are going to toss it up on. What does the statue look like again?
Actually, I have something for that you might be able to pull into something else I had. I'm fine with the statue or the waystone. It's just this big, literally monolith. It's that very like, man, it looks like it's natural and it's been here for before Greyhallow existed, kind of according to the stories. But it's literally square, right? It's very loam hedgy. Like, oh, this isn't looks natural, but it's in an artificial shape, right? So it's kind of has that alien to it. So I had something that there's going to be these different activities that the party could potentially try to get rewards for. One of those was Tales of Summers Past, where those who can tell a story around the fire, whether inspiring or dark or whatever, if they roll high enough, they were going to get a special like laurel wreath or something. That was what I was imagining. But it was also going to have mechanical benefits. I love the idea of NRI being the one maybe who put those together. Is that okay? Yeah.
Wonderful, because they're super into that kind of stuff, protection rituals, and obviously with the whole druidcraft thing, they're really into the symbols of flowers and such like. They would love to help that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Let's segue that into Tales of Summers Past. Does anybody want to tell a story to be fair, I was going to say children. Like, I'm keeping children out of this because it's a horror story. To the people around of Greyhallow, and there's a little fire going on or around the table, or actually the music. I think the music would stop, and it would be like an official thing where someone goes on stage and tells a story. A success on this?
You're putting our improv skills.
Misery kind of wants to
This is really
tell
great
a
improv
story.
stuff. I love it.
Misery wants to tell a story of how she met Bedlam.
Okay.
Can't wait to hear this.
Oh, the music change. So she goes up there and she's still like very little body movement, very like just blank face. The day that I met Bedlam, his parents had just gotten divorced and he was kicked out of his housing. It had started to rain in the middle of the street. He looked like a bum. I took pity on him. It was tragic. I loved it. And then she just walks off stage.
Go ahead and roll persuasion, performance, intimidation. Again, I'm just being very liberal with what the role can be.
I was about to post the same fucking GIF. Nate.
Yeah, I was like Aubrey
Same
Plaza
way.
vibes for sure. Which is not an insult. That's beautiful. So as you go off, Anna, you're there with your laurel wreath.
I have flowers. Yeah. No, I have flowers. For each story that everyone tells, you will get a different braid of flowers. Anna would braid you a braid of bleeding heart, chrysanthemum, which is like for misery and sorrow, and lilies for a pure expression of emotion. Expressing your misery and sorrow and your bleeding heart for meeting this wretched fellow.
She like grabs it and smells it. This smells grotesque. I love it. And then she just like walks away.
Later on, you can quote unquote capture the power of the laurel, and it will act as a bonus action as a potion of heroism.
Ooh,
that's when you were talking about protection and stuff. They already had that, so I was like, "Oh, that's perfect." Synergy there was real.
Yeah, I got one.
Was that? I thought you burped.
Yeah, that was a.
Nope. Okay, Compass is welcome onto the stage.
To say that the rest of my kind are Brutal would be an understatement. It's uncommon for them to have the same intelligence I do. Once upon a time, I stumbled across this monocle I have. My dogs are barking. That's ruining my story.
Blythe leans over and just like, Fern. If you want, I'm just.
See, I was always a cut above the rest of my kind. And had the means to get away from that walk of life. And unfortunately, the only way to get away was to thieve. And once upon a time, a group of adventurers passed through our settlement. And I was the only one smart enough to recognize what they had on them when they died. This monocle. I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but my intelligence is artificially raised. It's shameful, but if I take it off, I'll just regress into the monster I was.
Trade that Aneri would solemnly hand you would have marigold for intelligence, purple hyacinth for loneliness, and sunflower for an expression of sorrow.
Are you okay, Compass? If Alex, as you're like saying this, goes like, to be fair, it's not doing much for your intelligence. Do you mind if she does a cat call out from it? Yeah. There's like a little bit of laughter and everything from it.
I sign your paychecks. Watch yourself.
That was so unpleasant.
All right, roll a persuasion, intimidation, or performance
No,
check.
Teenager, you. Gonna go listen to some AFI after this.
Could
Hell
I
yeah.
could I roll, because it was very introspective, an insight check?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Thank God. Look. 14.
You now also have one of the laurels from Anerai, who
I like Aneri better than Aneri. Yeah, let's go with that. Aneri.
Anerai. I'm sure I'm going to say Aneri in a few minutes too. I apologize.
I already started with Aneri.
So. Anerai. Potion of heroism as a bonus action. Lindsay, I sent you something. No pressure to use it, but I thought you would appreciate the little tidbit I sent you if you want to include it. Excellent. Anybody else want to tell a tale of summers past?
Laith would. And he also would have, as stories are being told, he would have been like cigarette girl-esque, like taking his joints around on a tray for anyone who wants to take one.
Mira's like, I'll take one.
Oh, you can have as many as you'd like.
Oh.
Do
you grow your own?
Of course.
She kind of smiles and nods.
It's the only way
Good
to
to
do it.
know. Right on.
And then right after that interaction, he goes and takes out some flowers he's been saving from his pouch to toss onto the waystone.
Ooh, you do a 7-flower string onto the waystone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do any sort of like eye contact, like mirror or anything like that? Anything brazen?
He'll peek
Or
back
more
and
subtle?
see if she's looking.
Ooh. I'll put this in your court of where you were the narrative to go. Do you want to do a persuasion or like kind of check on this, or just kind of like, yeah?
Yeah, let's see. Nope, she's not looking.
She's distracted by Fern. She's scratching his chin as you walk away for a second.
Yeah.
Fern turns and looks at you and kind of like whimpers, like, Should I come?
He just sighs. But then he tells a story. Takes a big drag. You all know, ladies and gentlemen, that my work, my jobs have taken me far and wide across this world. I've seen many terrifying things. Last summer, I haven't shared this, I don't want to boast or anything, but I did save a family in the woods who were just trying to pass through from a group of mean locks. I don't know if any of you are familiar with mean locks. They're basically like fear incarnate, one might say.
Like,
Terrifying little things.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Well, guess who bested them all? All by himself. I'll let you all guess. And then he just gets up and walks away.
All
That
right.
story was embellished, so I can roll a deception check.
You choose the check essentially at this point.
Can I roll an insight check?
It depends if you want to do a deception or insight, but Lath, you can still roll whatever
I'm gonna
you
roll
want to
whatever.
roll. Yeah. The deception can even be separate, if that makes sense. Oh, you rolled a 9.
I rolled an 8, so
Oh, you rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8.
So to be fair, I did set a DC of 10, but seeing you all go up, quote unquote, on stage with their characters and tell stories, I don't think there should even, to be fair, I don't think there should be a roll, right? You're going up there because I cannot imagine Anne or I being like, I'm sorry, but that story sucked.
Well, it's funny what.
Yeah, I don't think, I was like thinking
was
about it, I'm like, I don't
asking
think a
about
roll that one.
because I was going to roll insight, and if I beat it, I was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I heard of that," and I was gonna try to give advantage.
Oh.
But if we ruled that as it is,
Yeah. You can still roll insight though if you want to like believe the story or not with your character.
nah, that's
Anna,
alright.
Anna, I believe that Anna does not have high insight or wisdom.
Lindsay,
and it's like-
you're
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
camera.
Lindsay's camera's fine for me.
Is it? It might just be me. Oh, there we go. It was like really bugged out.
That's probably just bandwidth.
Yeah. Yeah, Anna, I would absolutely believe that. Really impressed. We'd be bringing you a laurel of lavender for success, gladiolus for danger, and rhododendron for fear.
Love it.
I was down to get it. Thank you, Lady Anarai.
You are welcome. Anna is uses they them pronouns, just so you know.
Thank you.
Oh, what's a good gender neutral lady lord?
I think Lord is like a kind of like a default for both, but like I'm not saying that's the correct way to do it. But I've actually had this very thought before. There really isn't, I don't think, unless you like get to like
Yeesh.
the default would be like I think.
Highness.
Oh yeah, Your
Yeah.
Majesty, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Your
Majesty.
Majesty, yeah.
Highness.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He says, "Thank you, Your Majesty."
Your liege, your liege.
Oh, you are very, very welcome. And they kind of give a little like titter, little giggle.
All right.
Impressed.
You know, things go off, music starts playing again. But at a certain point, Alessio goes back on the stage. All right, my friends. All right, my friends. We had one dedication, but
Potion.
yes.
Would I get a potion of heroism too?
Oh, yes, 100%. You would make one for yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's now time for the jig. Who here can prove that they have the fastest feet in all of Greyhallow? I will play. Who can keep up? There is a prize for those. Everyone who can keep up with my jig gets a usage of, or I say usage, gets a special bottle of Gregorvish's special moonshine. So there is now going to be a jig challenge for those who can dance and keep up pace with Alessio's with his fiddling. And if you beat a DC 10 on like acrobatics, athletics, performance, you'll get a bottle of moonshine. Any takers?
Certainly try.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Alex, I'm going to ask you for a favor that I've never asked for before.
No.
Please?
What's up? What's the
Believe it
favor?
or not, I know how to dance, so come indulge me, would you?
I don't believe you, and that's why I'm going to come. Because I want to see this.
Look at my clothes. I can dance.
Can you jig? And it takes you out there. All right, yeah, so those who want to participate.
Certainly try.
You said acrobatics,
Athletics or performance. Yep.
Ooh, acrobatics. I'm good at that too.
I'm gonna do athletics. Oh,
I rolled
Lord have
17.
mercy.
17.
Yeah, DC's 10. So, yep.
22.
Excellent.
How does Alex roll?
Oh, you want Alex? Yeah.
Why not?
Not well. They stumble on their feet. They're not a great dancer. Or like maybe they are normally a good dancer, but they're just having a hard time and there's like a loose rock that they stumble upon.
You should stop underestimating me.
I have to say, I've never seen you jig before. I'm glad I gave you that moonshine, and I'm glad you got another bottle.
Yeah, I think that's what did it actually.
It's got you out there. Excellent. Yeah, so everyone who did it, you all got a bottle of moonshine, which is a potion of speed. And all the potions, quote unquote, will be bonus actions through tonight's one shot for ease of use.
I gotta say, as a detail, Compass has not put down a cigar this entire time.
Love it. Jigging with a cigar in his mouth. Hey, everyone! Who got the highest roll? Was it Lath?
22.
Lath with a 24?
Are you 24? Jeez.
Yeah, rolled a 19 plus 5.
Really good roll.
Oh yeah.
Everyone did such an amazing job, though. Alex, you tripped over yourself. I saw that. But let's give it up for Lath. Lath, I think you put on everyone. You put that up to the next level. I saw a little bit of smoke coming off of your feet. Maybe some sparks.
Sorry, that was me.
No, that was Lath.
Yeah, that was yeah. Sorry.
Oh, your
It's a
cigar.
Very flourish bow.
So we're kind of like drifting into like time, still malleable, kind of drifting out into just normal festivities, people dancing. After your amazing performance and call out, Mira does look at you. She kind of has like kind of a dreary look to her eyes after, I have to say you grow very good. This is, it's not the kind that really mellows you. It's kind of making me want to dance.
It is midsummer, baby.
And you take hands and
he-
go out. Yeah.
Puts out his hand.
And they go out and start dancing. What does Fern do during the dancing with like there's a crowd and stuff? What's Fern's personality like during all of this?
Oh, Fern's a big eater. Fern's crawling under the tables, very much inspired by Maggie, like trying to find any crumb of anything that someone has dropped.
You do see people also snaking Fern like food here and there.
She's also not that smart, so I think she does accidentally like chew some pant legs and things.
What the fuck?
Lythe, roll a perception check, but at disadvantage.
Sorry, I might have missed it. What kind of dragon? Or is it a dragon?
A
is it
drake.
dragon?
Yeah, Drake is a special stat block. That's literally like a
Is it?
hound
Okay,
version
I
of
wasn't
dragon.
familiar.
Yeah, it's not a it's not a wormling or anything like that. It's like a
Okay.
a hound
So
version
it's
of a
not- they
dragon.
don't have colors.
16.
Okay.
No, it's you get to pick a draconic essence trait, but it says you can determine the cosmetic characteristics of the drake, such as its color,
Oh,
scale,
and-
texture, blah blah blah. blah.
Fucking
Oh,
Drake
cool. That's the
Wardens are so
updated version
cool.
stuff too. Yeah, I've
Drake
never really
Wardens-
looked at
Drake
it.
Wardens are so cool. I love Drake Wardens.
You do notice Fern begging at all the tables, and in the middle of the dancing, you do catch an eye as Fern gets close to Johnny, and just kind of with an instinctive avoids him. And if he could bristle like a cat, his scales, you see it in his body, and you just kind of note that does not like Johnny, and goes on begging. I think that's actually another good segue to there's a little old lady comes like hobbling up, and she's got a cane, goes up to the girls. Alessio, stop the music, no. She kind of turns and looks at everyone, and this is the widow Nancy. Somebody here has stolen the holly crowns. And there's like, oh, and everyone just kind of like starts murmuring, because the holly crowns is a legendary treat that Widow Nancy makes for special occasions, said to have magical properties, invigorating to the body and soul. I say we stop until we find my holly crowns. And everyone's like, yeah. And Alderman's like, everyone, I do think we need to take care of the Holy Crowns. We can't continue. They're very important. And so now everyone's looking for, and then you just hear Google like, Fern? And Fern's like, hmm? And I do like, the whole like an owner and knows a dog when they're guilty. Fern's just like, not looking guilty at all in this moment.
Widow Nancy, Fern is more of a carnivore, as wonderful as your... Wait, sorry, what are they called again?
The Holly Crowns.
The Holly Crowns. As delicious as your Holly Crowns are, trust me, Fern did not take them. Do you need help finding them?
Please. There will be a riot if we do not have them for tonight.
Oh, I will start that riot myself, ma'am.
Yes. Investigation checks for those who want to help.
I was gonna say,
Or
I'd
nature
like to help
or
as
survival
well.
checks. Investigation or survival checks. I
Compass,
actually would
yeah.
like one roll here. So if somebody wants to roll with or help for an advantage or something like that.
My investigation is +10.
Yeah, I think
You should do that. Can I say
I
how
can
I would
help
help though,
here.
just because it's funny?
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right. I
would
need a
help-
perimeter set
Or-
up around the area.
Real quick, I want to hear also what Lord Lindsay was about to say.
I was just gonna say how I help Compass is Anna or I would be her little snout would be like snuffling around, the mother's feet,
Looking
and
for the
then, like,
grubs.
this little spade-like
That was
hand
my-
kind of burrow around and find a trail for you and be like, I think it's that way.
All right. Yeah. So Compass,
Sorry-
pull that
sorry
into
for
yours. Yeah.
interrupting.
No,
I
you're
was
good.
gonna say, all right, I need a small perimeter set up around the area, and I need anybody with a decent nose searching. That's what I...
And Anna, cute little hedgehog, little snoot going around,
Snap to the
sniffing.
ground.
All right. Investigation check with advantage.
I can't hear you, Rob. Can anyone else not hear Rob, or is that just me?
Sorry, I rolled really. I'll take a picture because this is a pretty good roll.
I believe you. Just tell me to roll this. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Please don't. Yeah.
15 and 18.
Okay. So 18.
So, 28.
Excellent.
28. Woo!
You
Yeah,
find
because my dogs keep barking.
somebody has been mischievous and taken them and put them around and hid them around just as a prank of some sort. And you find almost all of them And with as high as a roll, you get to keep 6 of the holly crowns, which act as potions of healing.
Ooh, we will need those.
Yeah, all right. It was some troublemaker making trouble. They're all here.
Thank you, Compass, very much.
And so
Here.
helped.
Here's some extras. Anari? Anarai?
And
Was-
Roy?
Did I see you giving a good sniff around for it?
No one's got a better sniffer than me.
Mm. Here's an
We'll get
extra for
two.
you all. Make sure you use
Oh,
them.
you're gonna get
well.
extra.
Well, that's the narrative of you all getting 6 because, like, the cap was
we're-
around
okay, we're
4, but you
splitting
rolled
it. I was
high
wondering
enough.
how.
Well, the
Okay,
2 of you
gotcha.
get 6. You guys split up as you would like. You know.
Oh,
To be fair, I think the 2 of you get them actually for your inventory. So between the 2 of you, how many you guys kind of split them up?
well, I was like, how are we gonna divvy this up? And I figured I'd get at least 2 to Anarai for now.
Yeah, and I think everyone. Can we for ease just say everyone gets one? Because
Yeah.
there's 4 of us, and then since we did it, we each get 2.
Yeah. So let me just kind of use as I'm totally fine with that mechanically, but
Sure.
narratively, does that indicate that you all are friends on friendly terms? Like, are you a group that know each other from before? You're known to hang out together. Is there a bond there already?
I was actually thinking this is a kind of a cool way for Anrai to meet Compass, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't think we'd know each
excited.
other. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. Maybe tangentially, like I know Misery through the band, you know.
Yeah,
and
we
like,
got a couple.
Or maybe you and
potentially famous people.
Nri, you liked the stories so much, or like, hey, here's another extra little treat, maybe.
Yeah. You told that really, very interesting story about being the only one of your kind. Anyway, that was very well done.
Yeah, I appreciated the what was it again? A flower crown, or was it a
Yeah.
what is
Keep
it called?
safe. It'll protect you.
Yeah, I can tell.
I grew those flowers myself. See, and they're gonna scoop a handful of dirt, druid-craft, and a bunch of flowers. They're gonna sprout out of it.
That's beautiful.
Want some? They're gonna hold up the.
I think I
clump
have
of dirt
enough. Thank
flowers.
you, though.
Only if you're sure. Okay. You have now gained a shadow in the form of Anarash. They're just gonna follow you around until you tell them to leave. Pitter patter behind you, chatting your ear off.
How tall did you say we're? Because I think we're like the same height, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fucking adorable.
So stinking cute. Just got a little hedgehog and are you? You're not a.
I'm a
frog.
frog. I'm like a frog. Yeah, I'm a walking frog
You're a
guy.
grog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hedgehog and frog friends in the forest
yeah.
together.
We'll disperse the rest of them later.
All right, this next one I think is pretty straightforward and simple. A tasting food contest, baking, cooking. For those who think their characters might want to cook something and put it on display for an official judgment. Of course, Widow's Nancy's is not a part of the competition because they've won so many years in a row. Anybody want to take a crack at cooking a dish for the Midsummer Festival and putting it into the contest?
Not to keep hitting the same note, but I do
No?
think it makes sense for Lath to have made pot
Uh,
brownies.
Yes.
I'm really hoping you'd say that.
Yes, 100%. With cooking, it's always a weird check. Essentially, you just tell me what skill you want to roll because it's easier to boil it down to an ability score. Like I always say wisdom, but I'm like, there's not really a good skill. So like, it could be history, it could be arcana. Like I don't care that much. You just choose what skill you'd like.
Oh, I got an idea.
What about a medicine check to get like the right
Medicinal brownies, man.
Medicinal brownies.
100%. I'm
Make
totally
sure
fine
they
with
hit
that.
that high. Yeah. Okay. Medicine check. Okay.
Oh.
Not his best.
Mira takes a bite out of one of them. How much were you smoking whenever you made these?
I can't remember. They're not good, are they? Ugh,
I think you put Drake food in it.
again?
Again, okay.
God, okay, I have to go get them before anyone else eats them. I'm sorry.
Well, I did cook something. Would you like to try it? She asked you.
Of course.
All right. I gave you an honest opinion on mine. I would like your honest opinion on my dish. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what she would make, and I'm trying to lean into what you got going on. Mish she has her card, so she'll go and get all sorts of fun things.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm pretty sure she gets, it's like Nerds on Taffy kind of vibe. So I like to imagine she made this very sweet, nerd on a rope, but it's got THC in it. So she's made these like candied treats as a thing. She's like, I don't grow it myself, but I also like to bake. Would you like to try one?
You guys are gonna be so stoned.
Honest opinion, man.
Of course. How's it taste?
A 14's worth.
Mira, you could go into business with these. They're incredible.
And she's like, business. Yeah. And I think I know a supplier. She kind of turns and looks at you.
You do? Who?
Oh my god.
I thought don't you grow it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could. We could go into business together. Wow. Didn't think of that.
This is going to be the weirdest thing you're going to hear.
You guys are so funny.
Do you want to go to the well together?
Does he know what that means?
The well and things I researched, apparently they're like certain midsummer celebrations. There was usually something considered like a holy well, and they would people would go and get water from it on midsummers for blessings, protection against evil spirits, that kind of thing. But in this context, there is Rue's well near the hill, and periodically people will leave the festival and just kind of go for a walk and just get a drink from the well and come back, get away from the loudness and whatnot. But also for those who don't want to go for the walk and get a chance to go away, they do bring some of the well water up, and they flavor it, I guess is the word I'm using, with flowers and different things as a part of the ceremony of it. And so there is this kind of holy well water in different barrels around for those who want to get a little blessing. But she does ask if you want to go for a walk and get for a well water from down below.
Well.
Well, what were you saying?
I don't remember. Want to go to the well?
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And she kind of gets
do
up.
it.
And so there's like a little, you can consider it romantic if you want to, but a private walk where you guys are just kind of enjoying the laughter and each other's humor, corny jokes and all, and then stoner humor out and back. You do go down to the well and get some water from it, though. So you are granted 5 temporary HP.
Take that.
Does anybody else go to the well during the festival?
Now,
I know
probably
Misery
not.
made something for everyone to try.
Yeah. So
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize. I got so far ahead.
You're good.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do baking checks or cooking checks?
Yeah. So Misery brings this tray out, and they look like chocolate chip cookies, like really, really good chocolate chip cookies, and she sets them down. And she waits for everybody to try it.
Are they in shapes of like bats or something gothy?
No, they're just regular.
Just regular. Okay.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna sniff them for poison.
They smell like cookies.
Interesting. Shoves one in their face.
Wait, oh, I forgot I'm immune to poison. Never mind. I'm just gonna eat one.
They're not chocolate chip cookies. You bite into it and you realize that they're oatmeal raisin.
No.
I like oatmeal raisin cookies, but if I had to
too.
pick, if I had to pick between chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin, it'd always be chocolate chip. I do like oatmeal raisin cookies though.
But no, I love what you're doing
It's
here.
always
Yeah.
that. It's
The
always
like,
disappointing.
oh, it's
I
chocolate
look
chip.
over it.
Oh.
It's chocolate chip, and then it's actually
Yeah. If
Yeah,
someone's like,
that's
"Oh, hey, you want an oatmeal
whiplash.
raisin cookie," I'm
Yep.
like, "Yeah, I'll take an oatmeal raisin cookie."
She looks over at like Bedlam. She goes, "Look at their faces, Betty. It's so tragic."
I love it.
You got them real good.
What the
I love it.
fuck?
I love it so much.
Still go ahead and roll a cooking check or baking check in this case. It's whatever skill you want it to be.
I'm
Like,
holding my reaction for
Yeah,
this check.
there really isn't a good skill for it, so that's why I'm just kind of like
Okay.
choose what you want. I like someone chose medicine. It could be a history check because you followed your grandmother's recipe very well. Like I don't like whatever.
Okay.
Performance, because you told us. That
I'm gonna do deception because she was trying to fool everybody.
That's fine. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm rolling like shit. That's a 12.
The DC's 10. You also get what were those? The potion of vitality. I didn't reflavor that one as anything kind of fun though. Anybody got any ideas of what this would look like in this context?
What's a potion of vitality?
I mean, I would think that
It's like the bless
Potion
spell.
of disappointment.
is like the bless spell.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
it's like
no,
the
that's
dis-
heroism. I apologize. I don't. I
Yeah.
think.
Vitality.
Which one was
isn't
this
that,
one?
Like, is that temp HP?
Oh yeah, curing of poison.
Yeah,
It's like a little
that's
lesser
very rare.
restoration.
Yeah.
Oh, lesser restoration. I mean, then
I feel like it tastes like
Give little-
shit. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Like a little
potion of
tonic.
disappointment.
It's so disappointing that you like steal your resolve.
Does anybody have any like
And then you're like,
flavor for it? Like we've got a crown.
like like
we
a
have-
tonic or like a like.
Yeah, it could be simple as a
little, like-
tonic. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a little vial of something been distilled for a long period of time. Like, have you guys ever had fire cider before?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like an
No.
old timey recipe, like homesteady kind of thing, where it's like you mix like apple cider vinegar with like ginger, garlic, like ground pepper and stuff like that, and then you like cook it for a long period of time, and then you like let it ferment and stuff, and it's like you're supposed to like be able to like take a shot of it, and it like cures all illness. It's like one of those kind of old recipes, like your grandmother makes you drink it and be like,
Miracle
this will
potion.
make everything better, that kind of thing.
Love it.
It's terrible. It tastes
Terrible. You're like, yay! We got grandma's cough medicine,
exactly what this is.
which is a name of a bluegrass band down here in Jacksonville. So I'm very happy with that in this context.
So it's a vial of grandma's cough medicine.
Yes. Do we want grandpa's or grandma's cough medicine?
Grandma's.
I like grandma's cough medicine, especially just in the context of kind of like the witchy old lady of the fae
'Cause
kind of stories.
If you hear like grandpa's cough medicine, you immediately think like rot gut whiskey.
That's very fair. All right. Does somebody else wanted to do a cook, right?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
You got one? You can go first.
Yeah, it's super quick. And right, they already were. I kind of described it earlier, but they were making sun tea, which is when you allow like the hot from the sun to like steep your tea all day, from like flowers that they grew and stuff. And they bring out like pictures, and it's funny because you see like very short, rotund little hedgehog pulls up these like giant pictures, and then you watch as they thunk them up on the table and realize like, oh, everybody's got guns.
Yeah.
And,
Oh gosh. Love it.
because these are a couple like gallons or whatever of sun tea, a couple different flavors. Think like you make like, oh, here's like, this is the sweet tea and this is like the iced matcha. Like there's one that tastes like grass, and then there's one that has enough sugar in it to kill your, a horse.
Love it. All right, go and give me a check.
I was gonna do survival check since it's like flowery.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually a good one for
or that I
cooking.
grew. Ooh, 18 plus 3, 21.
21.
Good job.
Excellent. You
These
get
are all my good rolls now.
everyone's enjoy. Hey, at least it's getting mechanical benefits. Yeah, it's not going to waste.
Yep.
You get a vial of grandma's cough medicine. All right,
I got one. as
Compass.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So Compass isn't exactly a great cook, but he knows alcohol, and he's gonna use a little bit of the shine that he won, like a tiny negligible amount. And what he wants to make are these like orange citrusy dessert squares with a raspberry glaze made with some of the moonshine.
Ooh.
So narratively, he's about to whip this up in the next like hour or two.
Yeah.
100%. Go for it. I'm just painting the picture. So, all right.
He's a
You're just
guy
like,
when he
he's
wants to-
on the moonshine too, I feel like too. So he's just kind of like,
yeah, he's hopped up.
he's hopped up. He's like, give me.
I could do something crazy with this.
Alex is just kind of like leaning back and like helping you out of morbid curiosity of what you're doing in the middle of.
Did this?
I'm entertained.
Shut up and help.
I am here. Here's a cauldron. That's what you asked for. You want a whipper? I had a. Yep, this is from Widow Nancy. There you go. Let's see that check.
Oh, sorry, I was not pushed up. I would like to do Arcana based on the magic nature of the.
As you can see,
card.
there's a lot of magic in the food of Greyhallows at 100%.
What's the DC again?
It's just a 10.
9.
Ooh. On a time crunch, unfortunately. It's not terrible, but it doesn't get to that honorable mention level of success for the tasting, unfortunately. Does everyone remember their roles, actually? Because I think highest would take the, like, grand prize, quote unquote. 21? Anybody be
I
a
said
21?
9. Nope.
Oh,
I think it's
All right.
12.
yeah,
We
21.
ain't fucking cooks.
So for simplicity, you get 2 vials of grandma's cough medicine, Anne or I.
Hand one to my new best friend, Compass.
There you go.
How kind. I appreciate that.
Alessio's like, from the stage, he's just like, what am I to you? Chopped liver? This is now your new best friends?
Yes, that's right.
I see.
What
No
you
more
gonna do
dedicated
about it?
song. No more dedicated songs to you, my friend.
Not
Nope.
like you didn't even dedicate one to me earlier, so this is what you get.
I dedicated the jig to you.
Uh-huh.
I did try to dedicate it to the jig to you. But I don't remember if I did it very well, though.
Did I miss that? I didn't. I might have missed that. Well, you know what? Anna or I missed it. And
There,
Anna
that's
is
on it.
now mad at
But no.
Alessia.
I did. Someone heard me. Whatever.
Oh my god, Betty, look, they're fighting. I love it.
it.
You let Bedlam dedicate it to Misery instead. So just goes to show you what I mean to you.
Wait, yeah, no, it was dedicated to Misery. Because I remember we all went to Misery.
But then when he did the jig contest, I tried as Nate too, as the DM, to say that he was dedicating it. I don't know if I did a good job or not,
He
but the
did
thought
try.
was
I
there.
did pick that up.
I don't remember that. But yeah.
Thank you, Lythe. See, I did. And you go give grandma's
Shout out
coffee
to
medicine.
playing.
This is the people you hang
Yeah,
out
shut
with
up
now,
and
right?
play it.
I will play, and I'll play you a song so good you'll be like, I wish that he was my friend still. Goes back to the one.
So just to like, Anna
Why
and
can't
I
we
are
be
little ball of
friends?
sunshine, except to Alessio, they're a little shit.
Yeah, my brain, when he like is this dramatic and he's got this accent and he goes to play and he's playing the spoons. Play the spoons, yeah.
So into it. So passionate about the spoons.
Can I say at some point, because Lath has proficiency in the Zolcoon, that he goes up and plays that?
It plays
I
what?
just chose it. The Zolcoon, I chose it very randomly, not even knowing what it was, but it's a musical instrument that functioned like a portable pump organ.
Whoa.
So,
It doesn't have to
100%.
be like an extensive thing. I just want to fit that in there somehow.
Sorry, I distracted myself. I want to do a quick Spotify Google to see if there's any like spoon songs really quick. Someone just playing. But
the sham would like to join, which is a double reed instrument, which is a wind instrument, and would love to join you.
yeah, so I apologize. Megan, will you tell me again what it is you're about to play?
Oh yes, the Zolkun, which according to
Zolkun.
Forgotten Realms wiki was a wind musical instrument that functioned like a portable pump organ.
My brain's imagining a bagpipe almost, but I'm not saying that's what it is. But that's what I'm imagining,
No,
right?
I think it's similar.
Excellent. And then Anarai, you're also going to perform.
I'm a sham.
And what is a shawm?
It is a double reed wind instrument, like an old style long like fluted recorder kind of thing.
Love it.
Are we doing something right now? Did I miss something? Or are we just
No, they're literally just rolling into RP of them, their instrument or their characters playing.
Sure.
Have you all played before, or is this going to be a very I say typical. I'm not going to pretend I understand folk music on this level, but I like to imagine a lot of it's improv. It's just jam session. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this just a
Kinda
jam
like that,
between?
like
Yeah.
a bunch of new friends jamming out together.
Are you okay if Alessio comes in and does rhythm with the spoons?
Totally. I try and trip him on the way in.
You son of a bitch! I don't remember this, but I still will play my music well. Compass, you've got a good bellow to you. Do you want to do the jug? No pressure. And I am very much just making an assumption.
I think I'm okay.
Come on, Compass, you gotta join us. Come on.
Come on, Compass, my friend. You're friends with Anarai? Friends with Anarai play music.
Yeah, right.
Yes! Come on up. All right, everyone give me...
Gotta get Misery involved now. Come on.
Chowie's just... Oh, yeah. Bedlam's just kind of looking, he's like... They're probably gonna be just playing some sort of, like, happy, upbeat music. Should I go up there and try and tone them down a little bit?
I don't
Or should
care
we
what you
just
do.
scowl at them?
Betty, you know I only play in the key of minor.
You want to go lean on the rock and look all cool and mysterious?
Yeah, let's do it.
Heck yeah. Nah, I'm gonna pass. We're too busy looking cool. He passes you a cigarette. I think that's a trope of like, you know, the cool kids in high school, like leaning again. They gotta be leaning somewhere.
Bad for you.
It's with the cigar.
Dragging a cigar.
She's like smoking it. I know, that's why I do it.
You guys are all
That's
a bunch
fucking
of chain
stupid.
smokers.
You don't tell me how to live my life.
I hope it gives me cancer.
Fantasy cancer has come up in my games. It's nothing to make light of.
That still exists.
Well-
Like this one day somebody approached her and he's like, "Hey, you want to smoke a cigarette?" And they're like, she's like, "What do they do?" And they're like, "It's lung damage, cancer." She's like, "Oh my god, yes."
Well, we had this conversation once, and it is a heavy topic, so I apologize. But like, they were like in a world where you know, magic can cure and stuff like that, and cure diseases. Like maybe they cured cancer, so we came up with fantasy cancer for a guy's tragic backstory.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you guys are
Gotta take back
leaning.
the unfiltered cigarettes also. You're not really cool and emo if you're smoking filtered cigarettes.
That's very true.
I
Oh
rolled a
man, all
12
my
on
old
that jug playing.
all my bike hipster friends from like from the mid 2000s is all the rolling cigarettes. Oh, classic. Excellent. All right, let's get a performance check from Lath and Anarai.
It's not, but it's a nat 1.
Oh,
so
I rolled the.
6. He's gone.
I rolled
And a
a
6.
12.
Damn.
Oh,
I
Compass
jumped
did
in.
join in and play with Compass.
Yeah. He said, all right.
And I. And Lath, you might
Like,
not realize
puns
this.
on this recorder. Like the
You
worst
look over at
third grader.
Alessio. He is purposely doing bad rhythm.
Oh.
Throwing off the performance. But Compass is kind of like, I feel like, ignorant to the fact. So he's just like on the chug, doing along just fine. But Alessio kind of smirks.
I take
Nice.
my recorder that I'm playing the third grader's worst rendition of Hot Cross Buns on, and I blow it in his face.
He's like, oh, son of a bitch. Sorry, my performance was so bad. I had too much of Gregovich's moonshine.
Mm-hmm. That's always your excuse.
This is fair.
Lath goes
Then
over to
you're gonna-
Compass at the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, they were just gonna like nudge Alessio, like, you know, like the elbows thing, like when you do, like you're kind of like
No, you're
tight
joshing.
elbow.
Yeah, and like kind of, yeah.
very like, you know, but in like a very friendly way.
He just kicked you really hard in the shin. I'm just kidding. Whack. What was that, Lath?
Oh, Lath goes over to Compass and Compass. I have to say that was quite riveting.
Myra's like, she gets the giggles, for those who know what the giggles are, and just like keeps going and going and going. Giggles. Riveting.
I did Google frog puns.
You had to Google that?
There's no shame. There's no shame in Googling.
Come on, Rob. It's not like you came up with that. You couldn't have come up with that pun.
Nope.
The rest of the night goes on. Celebrations. There's even a wedding. Very brief. It's not a special big progression, but some couples like to mark their wedding at the peak season of summer before winter. And for them, this is the new year. It's a beautiful little moment. There's cheering, celebrations, certain kind of ceremonial flowers put upon them. They go drink from the well. And then there's the burning of the wicker men. It's set up in just a very humanoid shape. The local carpenter, or one of the carpenters, like carves out this kind of like demonic face, because the burning of it represents, you know, keeping away evil spirits. And the three women, the young, the mother, and the old, do the ceremony, and they very much are what they sound. They're kind of a representation of generations of the wise woman. Ooh, that's even better. Yeah.
That's
so,
yeah, that's what it's called.
Love it. And I obviously I was pulling my inspiration somewhere when I wrote that, and like I like very tropey.
That's super cool though.
And they go and they light the fire, and everyone gathers around it. And there's now a different kind of dance, a more solemn dance around the bonfire. You know, the alcohol's been going, some people more loose. Those who weren't dancing to the jigs earlier, they participate, dancing around the wicker man burning, warding off evil for the new year. And with that, there's other people begin to whisper, when is Johnny going to sing? Johnny sang at the last Midsummer, and we had an amazing year. He sang at at the equinox, the solstice. Obviously, he's touched and blessed by the Fae. So the bonfire goes down to ashes. And everyone talks. There's still music playing. Because everyone knows you don't just put Johnny on the spot. It comes to him when it's ready. So the night progresses. Your characters might not know this in the middle of the revelry, but we will know above table that Johnny begins to sing at midnight. He looks up, sees the stars beyond the clouds and the moon shining down on Maximilian's Hill, and he does smile, and he begins to sing. It is very ethereal. You've all heard it before. It does stir. I know, like, I'm like, all of you are like, I want to stab him. I just want to kill him right now. I killed Johnny. The song is very ethereal. And it does hit you on a certain level. When he sings, it awakens something primal, something old in you, something in your bones that's hard to identify. Some people, when they hear it, instinctively recoil from it. Some people appreciate, because it feels like they're connecting with nature, perhaps. Old nature.
Oh boy.
As midnight strikes, Johnny has officially been back for a year and a day. There are many forgotten songs that shaped the world when she was young, and before we had ears to hear them. The children taught us to hear when we ourselves were young, but eventually, by purpose or forgetfulness, the songs were lost. Every so often, one is remembered or discovered, and it awakes something old that tells of times before we breathed land. Some of those songs were meant to be forgotten. And Johnny's ethereal voice singing through the space, everyone is quiet and listening. And he stands and he walks to the waystone. And he just has this kind of, not confused, but just this vacant look, as like he's looking beyond to somewhere else. And he places his hand on the cool stone of the waystone. Perhaps it's still a little warm from the summer's heat. And he continues to sing. That's when you hear the first gasp. As you see vines, roots, coming up out of the ground and beginning to wrap around the waystone. The map has been updated, and they begins to curl around it. A blessing of nature on the waystone from Johnny. And then there's a scream. And for those who can see, you watch as Johnny goes rigid. And from his chest, you see this green glow. and vines and roots begin to explode and rip from his body, tearing his flesh, ripping him apart, wrapping around the waystone. There's screams. There's blood. Those who could see it in the confusion and the chaos watch as the vines soak up the blood of Johnny. And one of the last things you see is Johnny's face, with vines growing up out of it, fleshy, as the vines grow and take it and pull it down onto the waystone. That's when more roots begin to explode out of the earth from underneath the waystone, as the waystone starts turning green, this unearthly, unnerving green. The roots reach out and begin to grab people, grasping them, and you watch as one person is pulled in. And it's vines and the ground is rumbling all around and everyone starts pushing back. Vines extend, the waystone begins to glow, people are being grabbed. And that's when also you see from the fire and the ashes of the Wicker Man,
Oh no.
the coals burst back into flames and fire. And a figure rises up out of it, of flame.
Ooh.
Oops. Sorry.
Ah. Oh man. You enlarge that for a sec. Just to give us a good, nice picture. Okay. Cool.
So
Friends, family, of course, everyone that you're connected to has been grasped by a vine and is being pulled towards the waystone as the ground continues to rumble and more growth start coming out. And you do even see these little creatures of wood and bark come crawling out of the vines, and one of them just slashes the calf of somebody running by, blood splurting out, and again, the roots soaking up the blood. And we'll take a break here, and then we'll roll initiative after that.
I love it.
Did you say that Johnny's face was like slapped on the side of the waystone,
Pretty much.
and like his
Just
face
like-
is just like hanging there on the side of the stone, held up by a root piercing through it or something?
The way I like to imagine it, kind of like pulled in as a center point, and
Yeah.
the roots are kind
face.
of, yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make it a quick break. I just need a snack, get the map completely set up, because obviously I don't want all these thousands tokens for confusion, and we'll kind of clean it up a little bit. So yeah, 5 minutes, and we'll get back into it.
People gonna die.
I love it. she's gonna go up and attempt to slash at the roots that are trying to pull him in.
Okay. They're very thick. One swipe is not going to be enough. Your better chance, I'm just being fair to you so you can make your best
Yeah, go for
choice,
it.
is to try and do a strength check, even though that's probably not your forte, to try and get them free, or athletics check.
Okay. Okay. I will try athletics then. 13?
13 is not enough. As Bedlam is wrapped and he's being squeezed, and you do see his coolness go away for a second, and with his tiefling red eyes, you see fear as he makes eye contact with you as you're trying to pull him free. And he just says, "Help me. Get it off."
Oh,
Okay.
no.
That was your action. You do have movement and a bonus action.
And they're not gonna try to get out by themselves. We have to do something. Okay. Who's up next? Who's got okay. Something is next. Okay. She's gonna throw a bardic inspiration to Compass and
Okay.
look at him with like fear. This is one emotion that's actually on her face that you've noticed. And she's gonna look at him and go, "Help him." And yeah, as a bonus action. That's it.
My
She's
bardic
gonna stay right here.
inspiration token, as I call it, the breast cancer awareness. You have a pink circle if you on your token if you have bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
Okay. One of the little tree bark people. It's their turn, and he runs up to you, Misery, and slashes at you with these claws. Only a 6, so that's a miss. Which brings us to Compass. Actually, Compass, what's your dexterity score?
It's +4. It's high.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Just looking at, based off of how fast people were pulled down before, how long do I reckon that they have before they're pulled down?
Bedlam is lost when we get to his turn.
So if I were to go for Bedlam, Alex would be gone next turn.
When we get that Alex's turn, if they're still in the route, they're being pulled away.
Joyce. Sorry, I put that on you.
So wait, who's in the roots right now? It's just Alex and Bedlam?
All your companions.
Oh.
Alicio is, Myra is, Alex, and Bedlam.
Oof.
Not to, sorry, I'm gonna, just because it's a one shot, not to be mean,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
keep
sorry,
on
I'm
of it.
sorry.
Gotta make a split decision,
Fuck,
split second
okay,
decision as you see
well,
your friend and
first
you see
things
this guy.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I'm gonna take the moonshine. First of all, I'm just gonna like look back and forth and slug it down.
Okay. That will be for a minute, per the usual. That is a bonus action.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go for Bedlam.
Okay. They'll be an athletics check to attempt to get him free. And a 13 failed.
Plus, you have the bardic inspiration. 1d8.
1d8. Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll it on D&D Beyond. $15.
15 is enough. As Bedlam is like, get this off of me. You see Compass come up and just rip the root off. And Bedlam drops to the ground free. All right, Compass, anything else?
Bedlam can help your friend.
I'm keeping this very simple. They're not going to have mechanical benefits. So I know it's mean. But there's reasons behind the madness.
Makes total sense for expediency.
Mm-hmm. And it's more beyond that too, just FYI. All right. This little dude is going to run up to Lath. Rolls a nat 20.
Whoa.
That'll be 4, 3, 7 piercing damage as this little claws dig into your calf.
Doubled to 14.
Oh, no, that was doubled.
Oh.
7 is doubled. This one's going to run up to Amarai. 13 to hit.
Nope. I got some spikes. You can't get past my spikes.
Alessio looks at you with fear and panic in his eyes. You always were true friends. And he's pulled down into the earth by the root quickly and violently. And you just see him just go into the ground and it's gone.
No.
And all right, your turn.
Sorry, I was in an external window and I kept trying to figure out how to turn my thing back on. But anyway, Anarai's fucked up, right? Like that was just like watching her best friend just be worn down away from her. Like I like to think that they were like that like jolted them into action. You know, like they were momentarily stunned and then they see this and it's like spurned them into like. The adrenaline like rushes through their system and they heft this giant battle axe like as big as they are on, you know, heft it off of their shoulder. And I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does the potions of heroism that we got, you said that was just kind of like bless, right?
It is potion of heroism. So I think it's more than just bless, I think. Oops. Let's see here. I guess it is. Or no, you get 10 temporary HP also. And then that's for an hour. And then for an hour, you're blessed, essentially.
Does that stack with bless? With actually, if I cast
you are under the effect of the bless spell. It's very specific. Therefore, it can't stack because spells can't stack like that. Mm-hmm. Good question.
Okay. And everyone got that, so I'm not going to waste a spell casting bless on people. That is good to know. So then, Inarai is going to. Does it look like this creature right here is like controlling the?
Roll an insight check.
Roots and such. Well, that's a nat 20. I'm not even kidding.
That creature does not seem to be in control of anything. It's just one point of this kind of chaos.
Okay. So so nothing in particular.
Johnny is still singing.
Oh,
Johnny's face.
didn't know that.
That's disgusting. Seeing that, oh my god, I just got chills. Inarai is going to briefly like steel themselves and rush up to where Johnny's face is stuck on the
Above
side.
table, it's up top, centered. The waystone is about 15 feet tall, but there's a lot of roots along its surface, so it is climbable. It's still, unless you have a climbing speed, it still will be half movement to climb it. Though I would allow athletics check to try and burrow speed.
I have a burrow speed.
I'll say an athletics check at advantage to just lawnmower your way through roots to try and eliminate that double or that penalty to movement.
Okay. I'm going to try and do that then. And I can get there. And right. So athletics at advantage. Oh, well, that first one was a 19
Plenty.
and a 9. So
You will have
19
no
plus
penalty
7,
going up the
26.
15 feet of as you just kind of are cutting
Then I have just
through
enough
roots
movement to get to
small.
the top.
Okay.
Um,
And you
I'm
see
going to take
Johnny right there in the middle.
I'm going to take my
Gross.
battle axe and attack with everything I've got. So that is okay. To hit 18 plus 8.
26 will do it.
And that is I have a shield, so that's one-handed. So that's 1d8 plus 7, and I am going to smite. I'm going to use a second level spell. A smite. So that is
3d8.
yeah, so 12 piercing damage. 5 plus 7. Because of my fighting style. Because of my fighting style, I get an extra. That's what adds the extra to my damage rolls. The extra 2 to my damage rolls, and I have a +1 weapon. And then war 1, so 5 radiant damage.
Okay. 17 total.
Mhm.
And you cut into the face, and it kind of is malleable, but you do do a slash of his ruined face, and all the roots do shudder, and you do get a sense that the grasp on your other companions have gotten a little looser, but he does continue to sink.
I hit him again.
Okay.
That one.
Give yourself
Bardic
inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
And regular inspiration.
Wait, do I really? I get bardic inspiration from you?
No, I get a Bardic
She gets
inspiration.
restored one, yeah, which is
Okay.
a really cool ability.
Well,
All right.
all right. That was my extra attack, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast. Oh, wait, does Divine Smite count as casting a spell? It doesn't count as casting a spell, right? So I can still cast a spell.
Correct. As far as I know, you're correct on that.
That's what I thought. It's just you're spending the slot. You're not actually casting a spell.
That's what I think, because that's a part of your attack action. So I think bonus action spells are totally fine. And that actually goes well with Paladin, because a lot of their stuff is bonus action spells for concentration smites, like Thunder Smite. So that'd be silly if they couldn't do that and then smite after.
Well, since my bestie is gone, which of my new companions looks to be the weakest or easiest to hit? Like, who's wearing the least armor? Who looks, lowest?
Are you talking about your party members or the people?
Yes. Well, because
So one of you guys, what are you offering so they can just speak up and be like, hey, give it to me?
Who has the lowest AC?
Who has a low AC could use a buff. Assuming your Shield of Faith thing.
I have a 16.
So maybe 13?
Rob?
Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm on push to talk. I should probably take that off. Mine's 14.
Okay, so Misery has a 13?
Yeah.
I cast Shield of Faith on Misery.
Ooh.
Is that
Where's
concentration?
AC? I am checking. It is.
Okay. No worries. Okay. Lath and Fern.
Meant to turn my microphone on and turn my camera off. Lath would like to try to pull Mira out from getting sucked into
Excellent.
the ground.
Athletics check. The DC has gone from 15 to 13 after Anarai's hit.
Oh, look at that.
16.
16 is enough. And you pull Myra from, and she's just like, I don't like your brownies. She's a
I'll
little
find a new
confused.
recipe.
I'm gonna say that's what's happening. And she kind of backs up and stumbles to the sidelines.
Kind of like helps her over as much as he can with the action here with her. And then as a bonus action, he will command Fern.
You don't have to. You would technically get an attack of opportunity, but flavor-wise, I could say you just went back, you helped her, and then she got safe distance, and you went back to attack. Or are you trying to create distance strategically?
Oh no, I was just trying to help her over.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to move your token for that. I don't want you to get a mechanical penalty for that. You help her, and she kind of backs off.
Thank you. Then as a bonus action, he's going to command Fern to go over to Alex, and try to pull him.
Excellent. Yeah, if he doesn't have a stat block, it's a strength check, or if he doesn't have athletic skill.
Yes, she does.
Oh, cool.
+3 to her strength.
Wow.
Come on, Fern.
Come on, Fern. Damn it.
11. Inspirations have been given out. This is a chance for if people want to give Megan inspiration, but for a reroll for Fern, but no pressure.
I'm gonna save mine for like the inevitable death save. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. All right. Anything else?
That's all forms.
Oops, sorry, Misery. You can continue thinking if you have movement and anything else you want to do. I'm just keeping things flowing. Oops. Sorry, their tokens are small. I keep throwing myself off. One of them runs up and takes a swipe at Misery and rolls a 12. So off the shield of faith. This little dude runs up to Fern. Takes a swing. And that's a 10. Off of his scales. And then that's the fire guy's turn. Moves here. And Misery turn and you see this flames. And he looks and inside. This isn't just a fire elemental. There's something deeper, older about it. Something frightening. All the primal fear that we had as mortal races when we were scratching upon cave walls is threatening to overthrow you with fear. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
All right, let me roll this.
Does Shield of Faith help with that at all?
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Doesn't matter. I believe you.
Matter.
Excellent. And so you're not afraid. But the thought does still take root on a certain level. And you take half of 13 fire damage, 6. As your fears do become reality in a certain way, but it's not enough to completely still your spirit.
Damn. All right.
And watch as Alex it's pulled and gone. Oops, not the death thing. That was me.
No.
Damn.
Misery, your turn.
Okay.
Misery.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So she sees Homeboy still singing right after the attack and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. She'll look over at Bedlam. Betty Boo, run!
Betty Boo.
I couldn't say it without laughing.
I'll write a song about you. Another one.
Okay. And then she's gonna bonus action. Blessings of the Raven Queen. As a bonus action, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. There's other stuff in here. Hold on. I become resistant to all damage until the start of my next turn.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm gonna boop. Yeah, 30 feet over here. Okay, using
Does
one
it
of
have a
those
space you
now.
can see?
Ooh, let me check. What is it? Magically teleport up to 30 feet of unoccupied space. Yeah, you can see. So I
So
guess.
technically up there, that waystone is 15 feet tall, right? So you can get up to the
Ooh,
lip
okay.
of it or
Forgot
to
where
the
I was.
sides. That's
Right
all good.
here?
Yeah.
Okay, somewhere here. Okay.
Or you
So
were
yeah.
between them because there was a threat of
Oh,
attack of opportunity. All good though.
that's right. That's right.
Yep. So
Okay.
30 feet in a direction you can see. So up to the
Okay.
lip or yeah. Boop.
And then as her action, she's
You just see her
going
turn
to...
into ravens and then dissipate in the smoke and
Ah!
if you're okay with that. I'd like that.
Yeah, I love that. And then action, she's going to cast silence up onto Johnny.
Ooh. Okay.
Thank you, Baldur's Gate 3. Just kidding.
Using some. That's a big brain move right there.
I was
Love
gonna
it.
be my move next turn if you
Oh,
didn't.
really?
Yeah.
Guys.
I mean, hopefully. Just
All right, no scram for a 20-foot radius sphere.
It's got
The funny thing
120 feet.
is I forgot about the singing thing when I took that spell. I was just like, oh, this is a good one to have.
Yeah. No, I thought the same thing, and then once I heard he was still singing, I was like, oh shit, it's actually gonna come in handy.
Just gonna leave that up for a quick AoE as you center it at the top where Johnny is. So for all our spellcasters, you're also in that bubble, just as if FYI. It's pretty big.
Yep.
Okay,
What
anything
about
else?
On the ground? Were we in it on the ground?
For simplicity, I'm just gonna say yes. You're right. It would
If
probably be
he's-
more spherical,
It
but it
doesn't
might be.
matter. It
15
doesn't matter
feet.
for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, if he's
I'm just
15
gonna-
feet and it's 20, it'll still hit the ground.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Anything else? Assuming not.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Action, bonus action.
All right. This little one runs up the compass. 21 to hit. 5 piercing damage. Compass's turn. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, I was.
Silence does go up, and he makes a roll at disadvantage, turning the 21 into a 16. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
Cool. Because the sound of Johnny singing does go away, so the creatures are a little disheveled and a little off kilter, but they still are acting. So at disadvantage at the 16. Okay.
Hey, Johnny.
Damage is still what it was. Yep. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. He was running up to him, and as Alex got sucked into the ground, he sort of stops and stumbles in place, and then all sound vanishes, and he turns. And up till this point, he seemed completely unarmed. He doesn't have any weapons on him, and he's going to turn just slowly towards this. What was it? A fire elemental?
It's a fire creature. It's not
Fire
a
creature,
fire
something
elemental.
like that. And he's going to spend like 4 or 5 seconds of his turn looking at it. And can it roll a deception check?
That'll be a 6.
Okay, yeah, that's so I get advantage on this because I rolled a
Inside check on
19.
him. Yeah.
And fast as fucking lightning, he's going to reach inside of his jacket and whip out a flintlock pistol. And he's
You
going
will
to
technically
fire
have
at it.
disadvantage because of this guy next to you, so it's a straight roll.
No, I have gunner.
Oh, that gets rid of disadvantage? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Take your shot advantage.
Yeah. 27.
27
Natural
hits.
18. That's what sneak attack. How does sneak attack work? So I just roll damage and then sneak attack on top of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. Feels really good.
Oh, max damage on that. So 15. Oh my god, plus 13.
Nice.
Nice.
Big
And
hit.
then I'm going to fire again because I have an extra action. As he deftly reloads his flintlock because of the gunner feat as well.
I mean, extra attack, not extra action, right?
Well, because I have the
Haste
haste
up.
potion, technically, it's another attack.
Oh.
And I don't think. Hold on, let me read
Ye-
this.
Yeah, rogue's one attack roll, so then you get your extra attack.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if I have advantage on this or not because of the.
Oh yeah, is it just the
Besides
next
fighting.
roll, or is it whole rolls? Good question.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it's just a straight roll. Okay. Natural one. Which
Okay.
means the gun jams, I think.
That's also why I don't like using those rules. I don't like the nat one rules that
Oh
Mercer
wait,
has
no,
in his
there's not
stuff.
one for that for the flintlock because it's not a reloading weapon. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not. I don't
I
think
just
that's a
missed.
Mercer weapon. I don't really don't
I'm
like
gonna
those
be
rules.
drowning in bardic inspiration from his.
Can you go beyond your
True.
maximum?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Got to spend that. End it.
I
That is
know.
my
Yeah, that's
turn.
why I'm like,
You all feel the ground rumbling beneath your feet, trembling, and the ground begins to upheave. Johnny's not singing anymore, but the ground pushes up Anurai. And I'm taking narrative liberties here.
Huh?
You're knocked off of the waystone as it's being lifted up into the sky, and you guys watch as growth comes up, encircling it, rising it up into the air, and you see bark rising and rising, rising, and you're all pushed back. Hold, please.
You're sure I can't stay on the head of whatever that is?
Yes. Sorry, it's for it'll make sense afterwards, but I am taking very big narrative things here for this.
You're fine.
Because your wood, as it encloses and you're knocked off, a giant tree grows up, lifting the waystone and enveloping it into it.
Mm-hmm.
oh lord. Where we at?
Hi, Johnny.
And he turns into an ent.
What the heck?
Damn it. Oh snap.
What is that?
See?
Oh.
Sorry, I had to paste tokens, and I should have adjusted it first. Don't go inside of it. Sorry, you're not supposed to
No,
be
I'm-
inside. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was
No,
trying.
you're good. No, you're good. I actually
I was
had.
trying to see like where I would have fallen.
You can put yourself wherever you want on the outside to be fair. But as it rises up, the creatures all around just start, like the fire burns out. As whatever used its energy to rise up out of the ground, creating this impossibly large tree, rises into the sky. We're technically out of initiative.
Don't like that,
Yeah.
technically.
From inside the tree, you hear voices. Help, help, muffled. Like those who were dragged in are inside the tree that rises like 100 feet up in the air.
We have to go find them. Unless he was in there. We have to go find them.
There is a crack where you are at the base. And when you look up, it's described as a tree, but there's no boughs to the tree. There's no leaves. It's almost covered like a dome of bark at the very top. But there's essentially a crack here.
Gather around, everyone. Come on. anyone who's willing to fight, anyone who's willing to go rescue the that's we must retrieve them.
He hurt my Betty Boo. I want him dead.
Get out of my way. I'm going in.
As soon as everyone is within a certain area, I cast aid on the group.
Is that also concentration, or is that not?
It's not.
Excellent. Can we tell everyone what aid does?
Yeah, aid. Everybody bolsters my allies with toughness and resolve. Each target's hit points and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Max hit points and current.
Oh, max.
Said.
Max and current.
Wow.
Oh,
You
heal
can heal
back
up
4
with
and give me 5 more.
Fire.
Oh, which
And that is for 3 creatures, so that's each of you.
I'm gonna take
Nice.
my potion of heroism.
I am
Uh,
also going to take my potion of heroism.
me as well.
And I'm also gonna give
Shots.
Wait, do hit points stack?
Cheers. Temp HP does not stack.
This
You-
isn't temp. Aid is not
It's
temp
max.
HP. Aid is max
Oh.
HP.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been half listening. Yeah, you guys know your abilities. Aid is maximum HP, and then some stuff might be giving you temp HP. I don't remember.
I'm gonna give one of the common healing potions to everybody. So
Cool.
So everyone gets a common healing potion. Everyone has a potion. We've taken potions of heroism. We have potions of vitality too, right?
Yeah. Theoretically, if there's, could I, as a bonus action, give out 3 bardic inspirations?
Yes, right now you can totally do that.
sweet.
Okay. 1 to each, you guys. That's an extra 1d8 on
How do
any
we-
ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
How do we remember that we have
I don't know.
potion
Just
of heroism?
remember.
I've done my job. I gave it to you.
Stay behind me and don't move fast.
Stay behind you? I'm just fine, and I flexed my spikes.
I'm looking
Yeah, I'm gonna
for
stay
danger.
behind.
Okay. I'm gonna stay behind.
Don't stay far behind, please, but just stay. Breathe
I'm
down
not
my
too
neck.
worried. I can teleport if I need to.
Guys, let him cook. Let him cook.
As we get into the area, I am going to be checking for traps.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
24.
24. All right. As you lead your way in, squeezing through the cracks. I feel like I'm missing a token. Did I accidentally delete somebody?
Whoa. Spores!
Who did I
It's The
delete?
Last of Us.
Late.
Is it Lath?
Yeah.
Whoa,
She's
this is
checking
creepy.
on Mira.
Yeah, this is some alien slash Last of Us. Tryptophobia!
With your 25 investigation, something appears to be quote unquote alive inside of those red ponds. And with your high investigation roll, moving silently is key.
It's what? Sorry.
Moving silently is key.
Oh, okay. Moving silently. Just gonna sort of like pretty much telling everybody to stealth. And then
Yeah.
put fingers up to the lips, hold, and then
Normally, there would be important stealth rolls here. Above table, looking at time, I'm making sure we get to the climax. There was going to be
Yeah.
like, there's these roots here on the walls, or on this this root staircase going up, and you would have to like bend through it and make a space as quiet as possible. And if you failed, these little monsters these little fungi monsters would come out, and there would have been a combat encounter,
Cute.
but not too important. And so you're able to do that. You move quietly, you open then you go up and you crawl through the roots up to the next level.
This is terrifying.
And you see these crazy growths everywhere. There's flowers of this strange foreign look to them. And there's these big bulbous shapes around. Everyone roll a nature check for me.
Nature.
8.
Ooh, 19.
Oh.
Oh, it was almost a 19. 4, 5. Fuck.
Bardic inspiration.
Misery. Misery. You recognize, along with this kind of strange motes of pollen drifting through the space, which is very uneasy, in this room, there's these strange little flowers kind of drifting. I say flowers. They look like dandelions, but with this vibrant neon blue to them. And you recognize these. They're windelions. And there's just a few of them floating through the space. And you know with the 19 that if you eat a windelion, it's said that you can briefly fly. And you also know with the 19 that they're not poison. I'm not tricking you to try and eat it and kill you with it.
These are Wendelions. Betty and I would eat them all the time so we can fly.
Should we eat one?
Compass is
yeah,
gonna
if you
stare
want
at
to.
her for like
Mechanically,
6 seconds
It gives you
straight.
fly speed for a minute.
Oh,
It's only temporary, but you can do it if you want.
He's gonna
Look at how
stare
this
at her. And then like grab one. Is there any check to grab one? Or you can
No,
just grab
if you all just take the time to grab them, you all have
Sure.
a windelion. And as you kind of finish gathering them from one of the pods, it kind of out, and this body falls out of one of the villagers or townsfolks, but not any of your missing comrades.
Okay,
There would have
didn't
been
happen
combat.
last time.
Above table, there's a scuffle here. You subdue him. And there's also one of the pods was unoccupied. And there would have been some interesting little checks to see if you would have fallen underneath its influence and be eaten by it.
Ooh. Cool.
And then over at the side, there's like a root-esque ladder climbing up. But the roof is not wood. It's almost this soft velvet. And I think this is free information. Like, Anna or I think, would recognize, or what it would remind you of, is a flower petal, but thick.
Mm.
Something very floral about the texture. It's kind of soft. So one of you guys should take a blade and kind of cut it open. And you like step up and you squeeze through. And he finds the waystone.
Flying up.
You technically would kind of enter in down here. You climb in, and it's here again. Above the silence, Johnny singing. But you maybe cast silence again. There is a fight here. Roots slashing out, whacking, trying to grapple you, squeeze you. And during the back and forth, you do notice blood from your wounds being soaked in. And also during the combat, you notice this is kind of what Johnny has turned into. His face destroyed, and he's able to move around a little bit. But definitely had taken damage before. So there would have been a fight. Back and forth, back and forth. And then you slay the creature.
We slay Johnny?
You slay Johnny, the creature. And that's when you see him, a thing, start crawling out of this. And now there's Johnny's face is still there, but just flecks of it, maybe one of his eyes still in it. A humanoid version of these creatures, taller, lither, roots, just his pure body. And this area no longer feels like a tree. Again, the surface reminds you of a flower. And as he rises up for the final climax of the fight, it begins to part and open and unfurling like a gigantic flower. And the pollen kind of begins to drift and begin caught in the air. Sorry for the speed up. It's almost 11 o'clock. I knew we were not going to get to the climax. So we're just getting to the end part.
Yes.
Let's roll initiative. Sorry for the speed up. I'll let us RP a little too long. But I know you guys enjoy RP the most, so I try not to cut that off too much.
I got a 13.
I will use my inspiration on that.
Whoa.
That's much better. 19.
God damn, misery.
Yeah, so this flower has bloomed upon this giant tree with the waist end hoisted up in the air. So there is a big fall around you.
That's cool.
Oh, I remember what I'm in the wrong spot. One moment. Mm.
Can I use a bardic inspiration die on initiative?
I can't. What can you use? Can you use it on all D20 rolls?
So it says ability check, attack roll, saving.
Yeah,
throw.
initiative is technically an ability
It's
check, so
initiative.
100%.
That's what I
Yep.
thought.
Mhm. All right, sorry, I need to find my spot. And there is an
I'm gonna
actual
save it
wrinkle to
because I
this.
rolled a 19.
This is so grotesque. I love it.
Where are our friends?
What the heck?
Were any of our friends
Oh,
in like the bulbs downstairs?
That's my next wrinkle. Your friends are here. And that thing you fought is called a corpse flower and was using your
No.
friends against you. You saving some of your friends made that combat, quote unquote, that much easier without extra bodies. But I will introduce them here as just kind of the end point to it. I think that's why I think I clicked the wrong one. Boom, 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 boom. I'm trying. I got so ahead of us. Do you guys remember which ones it was that did get pulled in? Bo survived.
Alessio? And Alex.
Alessio got, and Alex got it. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's set. Boom, 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 boom.
Music.
It's a great way to tell I can't cheat if I just hold my dice tray out in front of me like this. That was a 17.
I don't believe you.
See the number.
God damn it.
Isn't that convenient?
Wait, let me see.
I know, I gotta start rolling physical dice more. I've been hitting some high
It's too
numbers.
dark.
I know, I missed it. I don't know, something about D&D Beyond is like sometimes it feels like it gets in this like rut or glitch
Yes.
where you're rolling over and over and over and over again. You can't roll over a certain number.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah, it's-
fair, physical dice do that too sometimes.
They do. But with physical dice, I can put it in dice jail and feel better about it.
That's a great point.
So like,
Yeah.
That is
With physical dice, it's in my own control, and I'm not relying on like
dice
some
jail is
computer generated.
it is a
Yeah.
psychological benefit to have a dice
It is.
jail.
it helps.
I'll take
They
my own
should
faults.
make a little dice jail thing on D&D Beyond.
Should.
That'd be
All
great.
right. Misery, you're up first as you do see your friends unveiled from the vines, and you guys would have experienced one of them attacking you previously, so you know right now they are not friendly.
Okay, so
Friends aren't friendly.
our friends are not friendly. Okay, all right. And what's this big guy in the middle?
This is
Johnny.
this is the remnants of Johnny. Literally like his eye left and maybe a flick of skin on his face. But this is the creature that came out of that big bowl that you guys just quote unquote fought and defeated. This is his mythic face.
Okay. 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 Fucking spellcasters, bro. I'm gonna do. Oh God, I read this. Dissonant whispers on
Ooh.
Johnny.
All right.
Let's see if I can pop that up. Oh, geez, it rolled something.
That
What
was
kind
the
of save is it?
Wisdom save? Hold on 1 second. Stop it! Stop rolling!
Yeah, when you click on stuff that has like save damage, it'll just start
I
rolling the
know.
damage no matter what.
Stop it!
All right, wisdom saving throw. That'll be 17 total.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 15. So he succeeds.
Okay.
On a successful it takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move away. A definite creature. Okay, so you just take half damage.
I don't know if it'll come up again, but a really cool thing about Dissonant Whispers, a lot of abilities force a creature just to move, like you knock them back. Dissonant Whispers makes them use the reaction to move. So if they're like here and they fail and they move, that's now 3 attacks of opportunity.
Nice.
Just so you know, it's a really good,
Boy.
yeah. And like they have to use their movement rather than being like blasted or teleported. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. 13 damage. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
That's it.
Compass is up.
So I misread the insightful fighting. It's not advantage. I get sneak attack on a normal attack roll as long as I don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
But both the attack rolls were really good last time, so
Yeah, it's all good. Not a huge deal, yeah.
So it's just a straight roll as long as I don't have disadvantage.
We learning.
But he does have to make a deception check. As I expected.
15.
8 plus. I think I beat it. Yeah, I beat it. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot at him real good. And this is with Bless, right? Technically?
I believe so.
Okay. I don't know why I'm rolling in D&D Beyond. Plus a D4. 14 plus 3.
17 is a hit.
I'm going to roll the damage in D&D Beyond now, because that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's not a shot. It's just at this point, it is like good for speed.
No, it'll be faster. 6 plus Oh, good damage. 12.
18. Excellent.
That's my turn. No movement, no nothing. He's just whipping out the gat.
Alex approaches and sees you and just kind of looks at you with a vacant stare. And then their mouth opens up like they're going to say something. And you see all these little purple spores just come flying out and go towards you, Compass, and begin swarming around you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, but it doesn't matter because you can't be poisoned. But
You'll get better. Just hold on.
join us. All right, Anna is up.
Do I recall from the last room how we saved the people, or did we literally?
In my brain, it was like knocked them out unconscious with a like non-lethal hit at the end. I mean, I'm just giving you that narrative. You guys could say you killed them, or something like that, but it would have been combat, unfortunately. To be fair, though, that's just me saying the narrative. I'm not saying there wasn't other things you could have done, but that's just how I saw that playing out.
We knocked them out.
Yeah, not saying there's not other ways.
Well, Enterai's not the most intelligent or wise or insightful or any mental stats of creatures. They're a physical being, so they're gonna go with what they know and just try and knock Alessio out to keep them safe. So, and I kind of nap tap, take the blunt of their battle axe and just knock them out cold, like the shot to the temple.
Just so you know, their stats are bumped up. It would have been a little bit of a dragged out fight with you guys in that, so it wasn't just easy as going up and knocking them out. Just to give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Like, yep, 100%.
Well, I will make that. That's a nat 20.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
To be fair, I rescind my statement that you can't just walk up and knock them out with a paladin smite.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you double everything.
All right.
And you get to choose now how big you want to pump it.
Well, used. I don't have a lot of spells.
I'll tell you this: in the fight before, you would have guessed that they estimated their HP between 40 and 50.
40 and 50?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's a lot.
I know. That's why I'm also being fair. But also, it's just funny that you smited after I made that comment. Or critted on a smite. Or potentially.
No, yeah, I'm not going to come anywhere close to that. I will smite. No, I want to save my smites for the big guy. Okay, so... 3, 7, 10, 14. 14
to hit? Or I'm sorry, you crit. Yep. So that's doubled. 14's doubled.
Yeah, I didn't roll great dice. I rolled like a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
On my d8s. So 14 slashing.
Okay.
For the first attack. And then I'm moving the wait, god damn it, I dropped it. It was another nat 20. I was trying to move the camera to like see it, but
hell yeah, fucking bring it. I love it. It's okay if you guys brought your loaded dice, that's a part of the fun of one shot. I am just kidding.
Okay, those are better damage rolls. That's an 8 and a 7. So 14, 22 on that one.
Love it.
It is 14 plus 8.
All right, so you did 36 damage that turn. Or so far.
And that is gonna be it for my turn.
All right. Lath is up.
How high up is this baddie in the middle?
Still 15 feet up.
I am gonna bonus action do something.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I'm going to bonus action use harness divine power to expend a use of my channel divinity and fuel my spells to regain a 2nd level spell slot.
Love it.
Do that once per long rest.
All right, Lythe.
Done.
Okay. So as well, first, is this creature perhaps a fae creature?
Perhaps. Roll nature check for free. Or history check.
Okay. All right, not my best, but would I have advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about them? Would that give me advantage on that roll?
You would. If you have like a
That's
feature
so
for
hard to
Fae stuff,
do.
you're pretty sure this is some crazy Fae creature. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 100%
creature.
confirms that.
Yeah. Would it be like an action to do a check to like try to recall any like weaknesses or anything like that?
Let's just give it to you with that 19 roll.
Okay.
Weaknesses. Ironically, fire. For this kind of nature plant-like Fae creature.
As in it's what's the opposite?
Yeah,
Resistant?
weakness. It's vulnerable to
Vulnerable.
fire.
Yes. Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. As a bonus action, I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on that thing. So concentration up to 1 hour until the spell ends. Deal extra 1d6 damage when you hit it with a weapon attack. And then as my action, I am going to attack it with my longbow. $13.
Do you have the bless up?
I do. Thank you.
13.
You guys all have bardic inspiration too.
I already used mine.
Oh,
14 is just not enough.
Okay,
wait,
well, I
what,
do have
what
to.
what type of hit is this? I'm sorry.
A longbow
This
shot?
is my longbow. Yeah, but I do
Longbow
have
shot.
2 attacks per action, so I'm gonna try again.
Wait, it's your first turn since you got that bardic inspiration.
I used it on my initiative.
Oh, okay.
24 hit.
24 hit.
Mhm.
So 1d8 plus 6 piercing plus the 1d6 from Hunter's Mark. I'm actually gonna cast that at 2nd level because just kidding, that does not do anything extra at 2nd level. Just at 1st level, so 4 extra piercing damage. And I can't command Fern to do anything because that's a bonus action, but Fern can move on her own. So I'd like her to get as close as she can to the thing in the middle without being like within melee range. Also,
Like-
I know it's like up high, so
I'm just going to say she
Yeah.
has a climb speed for simplicity. As an animal climbs up the vines, and she's right there, technically on it, though she looks like she's leaning off the edge. Excellent.
Perfect.
All
That's
right.
me.
It's turn. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he goes for Lathe here. He like steps out, and you see his and Johnny's back to singing. So there's just still the strange. It's more subdued, and it's not as prominent as it was before. You get the impression it's not setting the tone, as it were. Like what it's trying to do is already coming close to fruition. But it reaches out with this long reach of vines coming off its body and attempts to hit and grapple Lythe. Nat 20.
They're all rolling amazing.
Wait, who's it grabbing? Oh, Light.
Lythe.
Would silvery barbs work on this?
No, because fuck Silver. No. All right, that turns that into a 23 to hit.
Okay. Shit.
So is this based on just kidding. That wouldn't help anyway. So that's AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits.
So thank for the silver barbs turned 8d6 back to its normal 4d6 as you take 23 piercing damage, and you're now grappled in this long outstretched vines of an arm.
Cool.
And you see him kind of merge into the roots, and you just see the roots like moving, and he comes down. But while he's doing that, Lath, your moves, and you're now hanging over the edge. And he's now holding you there.
Oh shit.
All right, Alessio's turn.
We are flying, aren't we?
I don't think you've taken it yet, to be fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I thought we all swallowed.
Well, it was for a minute, so I don't. Things got very mushy.
We'll be all right.
Like, if you guys want to say when the thing opened up and you saw the ground, like, and just start popping dandelions, it's not that important to me. Like, you can, I'm sure I'd say. But it's still bonus action to take it. Everything like that's bonus actions. All right, Alessio is going to try to do the same thing. So he just opened his mouth, and you do see these strange, like, fungi growths on him, but he just opens his mouth, and he's just like, join us. You'll love it here. And these spores, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
With the D4.
With a D4?
Oh, looks like I will very much need that.
Also inspiration.
Thank you. I might turn this 8 into something better than an 8. The Constitution is +3, so that's 11 plus D4.
11 plus anything's good enough. The DC was 12. So as the spores go around you, you're not poisoned and diseased by him. Misery's up.
Okay. Oh shit, that just spoiled my plans. Okay. Alright, first off, bonus action, teleport. Let's go here.
Love it.
Okay. Alright. And then I'm going to cast. Fuck. Yeah, let's do Dissonant Whispers again. Because my other one's gonna hurt everybody else.
Wouldn't you want to do Dissonant Whispers before you moved?
Well, the action wouldn't give her any. But yeah, that's true. If he failed, then that could have
They
given
have to
you
move and
not
you
have to
change.
use your thingy.
Oh, well, I was gonna teleport anyway, just because once I teleport, I gain resistance. to
Oh,
my
yeah,
action
true.
to my next turn. So I'm really only teleporting for the resistance.
Yeah, but yeah, you could have given yourself a chance at a reaction attack,
Like opportunity attack.
like a free one if they fail, and then teleported. I'm fine if you want to do that. Just max optimize your new characters.
Let's try
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely not a melee, but
All right.
we'll try
That was a wisdom save, correct?
yes, 15.
That's a failure. It's a 5
Yes.
plus something, and that's definitely not enough.
Yes, let me roll it. Let me roll it.
Yes.
No, it's only 15.
15.
But there's other stuff too.
Misery, how do you want it? Just kidding, Lauren. You don't get the killing blow.
I was like, please, don't. Please, I have enough enemies.
So,
Yeah, I'm an op.
Okay, yeah.
We got fucking beef.
I'll wait. Okay, yeah, so he has to move away.
it also brings Lithe back in. Yep, but definitely get an attack of opportunity if you like it.
Okay.
Take a little stabby as they back up.
Yeah, my little rapier. Oh, that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
A little Barty
Feel a
stab.
little 6 pokey damage.
A little Barty little poker. All right.
So weird going to.
And then bonus action.
Yep, bonus action. Beep.
All right, compass.
Barty poke. I like that.
Birdie poke.
Barty poke.
Dissonant whisper.
Barty doesn't The Barty doesn't normally poke with his dagger, if you know what I mean.
I mean, agree, disagree.
Let's see here. Compass is gonna get
We've met
close,
different bards.
I know, they usually poke with their dagger. Right?
close to Alex. And just staying close. He's not gonna do anything to him though. For now, just aiming past. He's gonna aim over their shoulder, and I need
What?
another deception check from.
While you have like a cigar in your mouth, do you like, you
Yeah.
feeling lucky, Johnny? Sorry. You feeling lucky, punk? That's 11. Plus 1, 12.
What was that?
12 total.
2 6. I beat it. Okay.
Cool.
I rolled a 6 on both dice.
On both dice? Isn't that just like a insight check on your
I
part?
don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I just rolled with advantage, but they were both 6s. They were
That's
both
fine.
terrible, but I also have a really high insight. So,
Totally cool.
yeah, I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna shoot at him.
Love it.
That is a natural 16 plus
That'll
8.
That'll hit. 15 is his AC. So. All right.
22 points of damage. And then, with my bonus action, I have a special thing I can do with piercing weapons. So with my bonus, or I already used my bonus action. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Anything else?
That's my turn. Nope, that's my turn.
Alex immediately
Quick-
tries to
quick turn.
backslap you with a 16. Whack!
16 will hit.
This is a melee attack for 10 bludgeoning damage.
I will uncanny dodge this.
I know you're not. I know what you're doing, but it's not uncanny dodge. Do you have the ability that does a melee uncanny dodge? Right, is I think for the dex saves.
No, that's
No,
evasion.
evasion is
Uncanny
the next
dodge
save.
is.
Oh, uncanny dodge
Yeah.
is the one for the melee. Cool. Thank you for the
Yeah,
correction.
yeah.
All
So
right,
5 points of damage.
5 damage, and then nat 20's you.
Oh, there's 2 attacks.
Silver!
That's okay. That's okay. You don't, wait, I don't think you have that back yet. Do you?
She went recently. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
Okay, you did.
Turns that into
Okay.
a total of 20.
That will still hit.
Fine. Well, shit. Fuck.
All
Better
right,
than
that'll be
that.
It was a
7
fucking
bludgeoning.
waste of a spell slot. No, I'm kidding.
No, you saved from 46 down to 2d6.
kidding, I'm
That's
kidding.
7
I'm
damage.
kidding.
And
Wow.
alright, it is your turn.
Bit of housekeeping. I did not end up doing the channel divinity thing at the end of last turn because I looked at my channel divinity and I realized I only have one, and I decided I didn't want to earn that resource. So I
Okay.
just didn't use my bonus action.
There's a chance that needed to be. It's not an action to do that. It's a bonus action. I assume
It's a
you read
bonus
your thing.
action.
I don't know why I'm
Yeah, it's a
asking.
bonus
You would
action,
have
and
read
I
it.
was going to do it at the end of last turn, but
But you
then
wanna save
I
it,
finished
yeah.
reading the thing, and I didn't want to waste my only.
Cool.
So I just didn't do that, just so you know.
Sounds good.
So what
I will say
Yeah.
this to you for sorry, he is bloodied. The Johnny Roots of Johnny Roots is bloodied.
my roots is bloody.
Johnny boy.
Johnny boy.
Man, I had a whole thing planned too. When he came out, he was gonna be like, "Here's Johnny." I definitely named that a counter. Here's Johnny, but
Well, yeah, I don't really get to him because I'm pretty slow. And does Dissonant Whispers do they just keep going? Is he running away?
pretty sure he just moves with his reaction and then
Must
stops.
immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obvious danger ground, fire, or a pit.
And
I
then
think
once
it was
his
just
movements is
his action.
done, that's it. He's now back
Yeah.
to doing normal stuff.
Yep.
I I'm going to try. Yeah, she's focused on saving her friend. She's not gonna abandon him while he's still here. So I'm going to use my first attack to try and knock him out.
Okay.
Sorry, I think that was the ability I was thinking about whenever I was looking at advantage.
What would you roll, Lindsay? I'm sorry.
14 plus 8, so 22.
That's definitely a hit. Yep.
7 plus 7, 14. Slashing damage.
Assuming you do non-lethal against your friend as you
Correct.
knock him unconscious.
Does that knock him unconscious?
It does.
Awesome. I kind of catch him and lay him down gently. And then I turn around and I begin making my way. Making my way over to our little friend right over here.
All right. While you do your movement, Lath, you're up. You can do your bonus action. I'm just staggering, getting people rolling with their turns.
Yeah. I can't extra. I have extra attack, but I.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
Oh, I do have one.
I'll allow you to switch and shoot off a ranged.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a crossbow or something. Okay. That's good to hit. It's something. Oh, it doesn't matter because I rolled a 16.
It looks like your character went back. I'm assuming you moved up to get line of sight and then shot. I saw your character up here and then it like snapped back for some reason.
Yeah. My character should be right there. That's where I moved it.
What'd you roll to hit it?
A 17.
Yep, that'll hit. You can. I'm pretty sure you can technically smite with an arrow. I think. Am I wrong on that?
Can you smite an arrow?
As long as it's
melee attacks.
I thought it was just a weapon.
I don't know. I haven't played a paladin in ages.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a paladin shoot something.
It's not what I'm best known for.
Oh, it's the same melee weapon attack. I apologize. Debated.
Well, that is okay. That is a 6 plus.
Be fucking cool if you could, though.
That would be cool.
4, 10.
All right. It's not looking good.
10 points of piercing.
Lath and Fern is up.
So first I do need to make a concentration check, DC 11, because the damage was 23
Thank you.
on that last hit. I do have bless though, but that is a nat 20.
Nat 20?
So Hunter's Mark is still up.
And you're grappled, not restrained, so there's no like penalties on disadvantage or anything like that. Just FYI.
That's okay because I'm going to, as a bonus action, use phase step to teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. Is Alex still mind controlled?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna basically like plop down on the ground underneath where I was being held up, and I can, in my autumn form, immediately after using phase step, up to 2 creatures I can see within 10 feet, a 60 and a wisdom, saving throw DC 15, or be charmed by me for 1 minute.
Ooh.
Or until you or your companion deal damage to the creature.
That is a total of 8.
Alex is charmed.
So Compass and him, they are charmed. And you just see this like struggle as you do this, and they see your face and your eyes and this everything but your Ladrin form. And they their body relaxes. Cool.
And then Fern will scramble over.
Jumps off. 25, 30 would be like that. Do you want it closer or just like kind of... Actually, you can move for token. I don't know why I'm doing it for you. Just put it where you want.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. his creature. His creature. His turn. He'll attack Fern. It's a threat coming up to him, and so he's just gonna go for it. And he had multi-attack. I don't even think I did multi-attack last time. That'll be a 16 against Fern.
So her armor class is 14 plus my proficiency bonus, which is +3, so 17. So
Nice. All right, and so he'll
What?
do like
AC.
a second,
yeah, right?
and that will be much higher, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Rip Fern.
22 to Fern, and she is now grappled.
Thank you.
Alessia is out. Misery is up. Compass on deck.
Last teleport. Bloop. Right here. Gain resistance. I am going to cast. Okay. I'm gonna cast Shatter on
Ooh.
Homeboy.
Is that con save?
It is a con save. Yep, 15.
I swear to God, Lauren. I swear to God.
Natural
I
2.
I swear to God.
Let's see that damage for Shatter.
I swear.
It's not that bad.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
17 does not kill him.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna
What do you-
miss
It's fine.
this.
I
I'm
set
gonna
you up.
fucking
I set you
whiff.
up,
I'm
bro.
gonna-
I set you
I'm
up
gonna-
for success.
All
What
right,
are you gonna do?
Compass. He's not looking good. He's got Fern grappled. Oh, actually, to be fair, to add drama to the situation, he would have done the same thing. He would have like moved and then positioned Fern over the edge.
Save Fern.
You know what? I didn't say that. I'm not going to
Guys,
take it
I can
back.
bring Fern
I'm just
back
going to.
after a long rest. It's okay.
Oh,
Okay,
never
he
mind.
threatens Fern over the edge. But you don't know those, Compass. No, but act with that. Just do your thing.
I'm just gonna do what I was doing. I'm gonna need him to roll deception. And sorry, I interrupted.
That's a
Nancy's
fail.
turn earlier. The ability I was thinking of.
I saw that. Yeah,
it's
you're
like
good.
a small
Yep,
little.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
I have a whole rant about Inquisitive Rogue.
Okay. Okay. Attack roll. It's only I rolled a 4, but I also have a couple things here.
Did you use Bardic Inspiration already?
We can't hear you.
Oh,
Sorry, I do have Bardic Inspiration still. I rolled a 13, or I rolled a 4, which is +8, +1 from Guide or Bless, +5 from Bardic Inspiration. So that comes out to 18
Oh, it?
or 17. Yes.
How do you want to do this? Compass.
nice.
Finally.
You don't have to add this
Got one
into
with
it,
my
but
frog detective.
there was a green thing I described very, very early on when Johnny was transforming. That would be glowing, and there's just like this green seed in his chest. I'm not forcing you to like include that in your killing blow or anything, but it was a part of the narrative. It is there if you want to use it. There's like this green seed where his heart would be.
Blow it
I
up.
feel like at this point it wouldn't really be intentional. He's sort of like dodging around Alex at every point here, shooting past. So he's nice and small. So he shoots, reloads his flintlock, shoots from a different angle, reloads and shoots from another angle. And I think that last shot would probably wing it at least, and set off whatever it's going to set off. Just very dexterous from this lazy figure.
Yeah, so just a kind of a lazy, unintentional shot, kind of put off by everything. Alex is like right there. There's confusion about what's going on with them. Do you want the shot to go through the seed, shattering it, piercing it?
Yeah, I think it'll wing it. I don't think it'll be
Wing it?
intentional down the middle. But
So it
it'll
just kind of
probably
like
wing
catches
it.
the side of it and just like puts a little crack right in the edge. And that's enough for it to see it kind of this strange green light be kind of like emitting from it. And the Johnny creature like steps back to the edge, still holding firm with its long roots. And then you see the light on the seed go out. And then the creature just falls off the side. Fern goes with it.
Damn. Rip Fern.
Oh shit!
I did realize Fern's taking the dodge action because you don't command it, but I like the drama, so.
That's fair. I would not have killed her if you didn't have the ability to bring her back.
Yeah, no. Leif does call out still because he forgets he can't bring her back.
He's so stoned still. He's like, no, no. Like, I was like,
Fern!
Oh, wait.
down below, you hear Myra. Fern? Oh God! Fern's body just lands on the ground next to her. No, we're out of initiative. Johnny has been defeated. His ritual did get very close to completion, or final completion, and there is these little spores floating through the air. There's room here if anybody's got the energy, creativity to say, because I've like to imagine, it doesn't have to be like even this moment, right? It could be as the townsfolk of Greyhallow, your friends, as you unpack, check on each other. You know, the three wise women might give, or the three women might give input, but like a ritual is done to this blossoming flower, or you can nullify it and can be a new centerpiece over Greyhallow. Does anybody have an opinion on how you would like that narrative to conclude? It could be burning it down. It could be this big ritual done at the base of the tree.
Burning Man? Huh? Burning Man?
Yeah, the giant bonfire.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Or we can cement the whole thing and remember this miserable moment for the rest of our lives.
A really solemn bonfire where there's like cinematic shots of us from across the fire and like the heat's kind of, makes it like visually
Easy.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do. I know it's late, but let's just do one good final shot.
Where's Bedlam?
That's what I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing your other friends.
Betty.
Yeah, actually, funny to say, Compass like finds Misery's gaze and just. I know.
You know what? You know what?
What do we know?
I set it up for you just so you know.
And the scene is the town of Greyhallow, those brave enough to watch the burning as you follow the advice and ritual of a particular kind of wood. Find the oak tree, cut it down, start at a mount, and spread it around. Who would like to set fire?
Misery.
We all know she's a secret pyromaniac.
Yeah.
Not so secret.
Yeah.
Not so secret.
Yeah. Anuri uses Druidcraft to conjure a small burst of flame, which is enough to start a campfire, or light a candle. So enough, I hope, to just set the fire.
And you watch it catch. And it's a big tree, so it takes a while. But it begins to burn. burn hot.
Nuri kind of doesn't like make the sign of the cross because obviously not the right context, but like makes the sign against evil or whatever on their chest.
Lath will use thaumaturgy to brighten the flame a bit. Then he reach his hand down. His hand.
Oops.
And then Fern licks both their hands.
Compass is going to drink.
Actually drinks the moonshine. Goes running into the fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Nuri wants to check on our friends.
One closing vignette from me, and that is all of you on the top of the hill watching the flames and the burning. You know, sooner or later, some of that stuff started to fall, so then everyone starts leaving. Some of the more druidic style folks of Greyhallow stay behind to make sure the fire doesn't get out of control, and make sure it stays. At one point, you would see this giant husk of a tree, like flower, finally burn and collapse under the weight of the waystone, which then lands the very center where it was before, but now it's not standing. Now it is a fallen waystone. And you're now with your companions. These moments are all your guys. If you want them.
Nothing like the heat of your burning enemies warming your body. Am I right, Betty?
I like that. I know I've been thinking about getting into hardcore, like Screamo. I feel like those would be good lyrics for that. Nothing like a grand run against shit of your body!
It's going. Oh my god, I was thinking the same thing.
Right? Yeah. I think it's going to be the new wave.
Marshmallows to celebrate.
And we got to make sure that we're the first ones to do it, because we'll be the cool kids. We were Screamo before it was cool, right? You see what I'm saying? Trendsetters.
I have never loved you more than I do in this moment.
Thank you for saving my life, by the way. It was pretty cool.
You're welcome. Let's get out of here.
Excuse me?
Lath takes out a joint, lights it, hands it to Mira. For once in his life, fairly silent.
I'm imagining, let me know if you like this, it's like the two of you and Fern, like the two of you like kind of like leaning up in the forest in the tree, seeing the fire, the tree like burning the distant embers, and like Fern's like laid across your legs kind of thing, just the three of you, and passing the joint back and forth, just watching and processing everything that just happened. Does that work? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Compass, Alex, do you want anything?
Just so you're aware, this doesn't mean you're getting any sort of raise.
Funny you say that, because I think I'm in your debt, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Don't worry about it.
Though, I did see you not choose me first. I saw that. I'm just throwing it out there. So it's not going to be a huge amount of debt. Okay? It's like you left me to go save that.
Life than that one has.
Yeah, but who cares about the goth kid? You chose them over me. I'm just throwing it out there. I saw that. So I'm in your
Not who I
debt,
am.
but I do. And I thought we were.
It's not how it is.
I know why you did what you did. I just don't want the debt to be too deep.
It's not. There's no debt.
I'll remember you said that. assuming nothing else, Anne or I, would you like anything with Alicio?
No, I'm too exhausted to think about anything.
Totally
I'm,
fine.
I'm just glad I stayed awake through the boss fight.
Yep. Thank you guys for bearing with the truncation towards there in the middle. We got to the end.
Oh, that was amazing. The
Thank you
RP
guys for
was
playing.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got really
glad we
into
let
it.
the RP breathe a little
Yeah.
bit more. So I thought y'all would enjoy that the
Miserable
most.
inspiration for all of you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this was and these characters are fun. I
Yeah.
like this group of characters. I think they're really, really interesting. I would play this character again.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That
The
was
darkness.
super cool.
Cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That was a fun one. And as you can see, I've been really enjoying. Oh, I accidentally revealed that would have been the thing that would have been trying to manipulate you to and control you to come inside of it and eat you.